Yeah, it works over here. Look at that. You can see the other people already. For some reason, it doesn't work in the full webcam thing. For some fucking reason. I don't know why. It's completely messed up. That's why we are sort of late too. These guys are muted right now. All other people over here are muted. But these are... I'm going to introduce them as we unmute. But these are basically all of the people that have been in the stream from time to time over the past, like, I don't know, 2 years maybe? Futorius is over there. You can see his name. He's usually in the chat. Toilet Paper is also in the chat. Nerzhular, you've seen his ugly mug before. Nelich is here too. One of the top gifters. Crokedcow hasn't been that active in chat, but he's been in the stream from time to time as well. He stayed quite active when we were playing Diablo, for example. Futorius! So, the plan today is to do session 0 of Dungeons and Dragons, which basically means that all of the people that you see over here are going to create the characters that they will be using in the new campaign. That means rolling stats for a character and deciding what sort of race they want to play and what sort of class that they want to play. I can clearly see that Nelich is sitting very far to the left. Or in his camera. That's something that one might juggle around with as we go on. There will be a lot of technicalities and that sort of stuff in this episode, just because of the fact that this is the very first episode that we're using the system. I have 2 webcams mounted on my screen right now. One to show my players, myself in Discord, and one to show you myself from this sort of perspective, so that you can see me on stream as well. It's fucked. My cat is also crazy. I think she needs to take a shit very soon. But I think it's about time. Sorry, I'm eating at the same time. That I unmute so that we can get introduced to all of the people, even though there's 2 missing now, only 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the music is quite lowered, and I'll introduce you to all of the people. So hopefully I can count on you guys to behave right now, because now you're unmuted.
Oh. Hey, hello.
So, bad mistake.
What I think we're going to do right now is that I'm going to go in order from how I see you or how the stream sees you. And you can just basically introduce yourself, say, hi, I'm this guy, I have a penis. Nice to meet you, that sort of thing. So,
okay.
First person is going to be Toilet Paper is Amazing. Hello.
Hello, I'm this guy. I have a penis.
Toilet Paper is Amazing is... how long have I known you now? 15 years? Somewhere around that area?
The first year of high school, I guess.
Yeah?
Eller videregående, yeah.
Yeah, that's high school, yeah.
High school.
Also something to all, of course, keep in mind is that we're not necessarily used to, all of us, using the English language like as a way to communicate with one another. There will probably be stumbling of words and that sort of thing. At least at the beginning. It's not necessarily a thing that's going to be a thing forever, but for right now, it could be a thing. So yeah, that's Toilet Paper is Amazing. Next is Crokedcow.
Hello. Well, what should I say? Like you said, I'm a man, I have a penis, and I've known you for too long, I guess.
Yeah, way too long.
Since like
I think
2nd grade or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's,
Something
yeah,
like
2nd grade or somewhere around that area. I remember that we started talking more to one another because I wanted, you wanted to buy my high elves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true. We had, I remember we had a common friend that we used to hang out.
Yeah. Kim.
We
Yeah.
didn't really hang out with each other.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So secretly, what is basically meaning is that secretly we hate each other. So
Yeah, hate
just
your
along.
friends.
yeah, we're just along for a ride, basically. Gorgeous men with lovely penises, someone is saying in chat.
Nice.
Okay, so next on the line is, of course, a very regular on the stream, which is Futorius.
Yeah, I'm also a human male from Norway. I think I have a penis, and I think I've known Press for, it's been like 16 years.
Yeah, I think so.
We didn't talk that much at the start, but we started doing magic and other stuff, and it just scaled from there.
Yeah. By the way, I think I'm hearing an echo from Crokedcow.
Yeah. Do something about that.
So yeah, and of course, Futorius was I think you were my very first subscriber.
I think I was your second, because I think Matrio subbed before me, and I was like, what, can I subscribe? And I went like straight and did it.
Okay.
And I'm still ashamed of that, but I think I'm your longest concurring subscriber. If not
Yes, that I'm pretty sure about. I think it's you, and then it's Elwood or something like that. Maybe. Yeah. Next on the list is one of the highest gifters in my chat, actually. Except for, once again, Elwood. Nelich.
Hi. Nelich, also known Press since, like he was when he started the first grade, I guess, at Sokna. So it's been some years.
Yeah.
So yeah, we played different games, hang out, IRL stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fun be able to join this campaign too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Yeah, we used to play. I remember that we used to play. What should you call it in English? Shoeless football. We used to play football in our bare feet. I remember.
Yeah. I've done a lot of football.
Yeah, I remember that. Or soccer if you're American. And of course, the last person doesn't necessarily need an introduction, because you've been introduced to him like a bunch of times before, but fuck it, let's do it anyways, even though this is the guy that I hate the most in the entire world, but it's how it is, I guess. Nerzhular!
Yeah, hi, I'm Nerzhular. Yeah. I'm a man, I have a penis and stuff.
I should never said that, by the way. Everyone has been using that.
Yeah, I've known Brett for a while. And here we are, I guess.
Yeah. We've talked about before at lengths on how we like met and how we started like hanging out more together and that sort of stuff. So I don't think we necessarily have to go into that sort of detail, I guess. I think let's see. The campaign. So what we're doing tonight now, it's nice to know you all still have penises. So what we're doing here today is, like I said before in the stream, we're going to be creating characters. There's no planned play today. Unless like everyone is itching, and then maybe we'll do like the intro or whatever, maybe. We'll see. But the planned stuff for today is basically just all of these lovely people that you just met are supposed to create their characters, which includes them selecting class, races, and rolling for stats. And we have certain rules that are going to be enforced if certain things happen, and we'll explain them before the time comes, basically. Because in Dungeons & Dragons, when you're doing the rolling of the stats, because you can do it in a whole bunch of different ways. The two most normal ones are rolling for stats, which means that you roll 4 D6s. D6s meaning 6-sided dice, the ones that you use for Yahtzee and that sort of thing. And you take away the lowest number out of the 4, and you add the rest of them together, and that's one stat. So let's say that you roll a 5 for 3 and a 2. When you take away the 2 and you add the rest of them together, and that's one of your stats. You do that six times?
6, yeah.
Yeah. And that's basically your character. But we have certain rules set in place. Just because we don't want the characters to become too useless. So if your combined rolls are below a certain level, you're allowed to re-roll. And our level of this is 70. So if your combined roll is beneath or below 70, you're allowed to re-roll. Were you supposed to say something?
Yeah, just to clarify, is 70 a reroll or 69 a reroll?
Just because I like the number 69. 69 is a reroll, but 70 you have to keep.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So, but of course, before that time, they need to choose class and race, and that is why you would want in a Dungeons and Dragons scenario to have a session 0, because then you allow your entire party to communicate together with what they're going to pick. Let's say that no one has talked with one another before the session, and we're supposed to start playing today. And they all meet up with their character sheet, and they've created 5 rogues. Everyone is, I'm going to play a rogue. And then the next guy is doing the same and the same and the same until everyone has revealed their characters to be a rogue. That would not be very pleasant throughout the campaign. So it's a lot better to set up a session like this so that they'll have the chance to talk back and forth about what they want to play and that sort of stuff. So today will be mostly you hearing them talk with one another while I'm sitting back just answering certain stuff and maybe finding out a rule or two if it's something that they don't feel like the book is very clear on. I'll like Google rules and that sort of stuff. So calm down. My cat is being crazy.
Has awoken.
Yeah, she's over there.
The true DM.
Yeah.
The last boss of the campaign 2.
Yeah. And of course, this is something that we have done together since 2019. We've done it almost every week since 2019. Since March of 2019. So it's almost been 3 years now at this point where we have done this thing every single week. You'll be much more familiarized with how Dungeons and Dragons work and what sort of role we all play in the game next week. That's for next Wednesday. Because like I said, right now it's more the technicalities, just them creating everything, setting up everything so that next week we're ready to roll, basically. But with that being said, I think it's time to just toss the ball over to you guys and make sure that you're allowed to create your character and discuss whatever you need to discuss. So, fly away.
Well, could we get the invite for the campaign in Talespire so we can be ready to roll when we're supposed to roll?
Oh, yeah. True. Yeah. I should probably hide my screen for that since it's a link. I need to go into...
Don't we just need the ID?
Don't join our
Just
campaign.
code.
You can send the ID on Messenger.
It's a code. You need a code.
Yeah, you can send it on Messenger, can't you?
Yeah, but I can't. I still need to hide it because it's
Oh,
available.
no,
Yeah, it's on stream right now. So I'm going to go to the pause screen so that you'll be able to see the beautiful pause screen that is going to happen whenever we're in the campaign.
Oh god.
You'll still be able to hear us though. So.
Yeah, because I was thinking maybe rolling first, so we know. Okay.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
How do I invite people to?
You need to just release the ID to us, and then we can join when we're in Talespire.
Yeah, but
go into the board and then invite people from there. I think
Okay.
I think
The code is inside there, maybe.
Yeah, because I can't remember how this works.
Nelich, there's a dragon behind you.
Yes, it's my god, Bahamut.
Don't praise gods in D&D, Nelich. It's never a good idea, I promise.
Let's see. I'll pop it on Messenger. Oh
I have
wow,
to
that
say
was
that,
a pretty short call.
That the pause screen is intimidating.
I think it's
Intimidating?
really nice.
You haven't seen intimidating things in your life. That's all I can say.
That's true.
I'm going to turn off the DMCA free music now because now we have the sort of Talespire's chill music going on in the background. Boom. I think what I'm going to do then, because you're in like the starting screen, what I'm going to do is just make it completely daylight and remove the water for now.
We're
So that you
stranded.
can roll
Oh
on the
my God.
surface.
See the dice. Yeah, that's good.
So we're basically in the cottage. The boat's not the boat anymore.
It's not the boat!
It's not the boat.
So yeah, if you want to roll first, we can also do that in the most logical setting for the stream, meaning that we'll start with Toilet Paper is Amazing, and we'll go through all of the other ones. I'll write down every... the stream, by the way, you will be able to see now within the square below me, you'll be able to see his rolls, as you can see now, yeah. You can see his rolls. So he rolled a 4.
Oh,
Why is
no,
that so
that was
fucking
Nelich.
bright?
I was just testing.
You can also see it here. So you'll be able to
Yeah.
see his rolls. Why is that so bright?
Don't know.
Yeah.
But that was not my roll, Press. That was Nelich.
No,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah,
testing.
it doesn't matter anyways. It's a D10. You don't roll that for...
Oh,
You don't roll d10s.
Okay,
Oh,
there we go. So... Now we're at the ready. Now you can roll if you want to. And I'll write it down here.
Oh my god.
So,
Take it
Well,
easy.
my friend.
like I said, it's 4d6s, meaning the same dice that you use in Yahtzee and that sort of stuff, and you remove the lowest one, meaning that the highest possible outcome is 18, and the lowest possible outcome is 3.
Yep.
my heart's beating because this might be a campaign that lasts for a long time, so I don't want to cheat that.
We all feel you.
Yeah. Ooh,
Yeah.
11?
No, 12.
That's
Oh, yeah,
something.
of course,
Yeah,
11. Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry.
11, because remember, you take away the lowest one, and you can see at the roll here, his lowest one was a 1. So you take away that, and you add the rest of them. So he got 11
That was
on the first one.
18.
You got this, man.
Oh,
8!
Wait.
Oh, this is not good.
It's only first two. Let's go.
Yay!
Oh,
Yeah.
14, 14.
That's good.
Yeah.
Stop rolling them against the boat. It doesn't work. Roll it the other way. There you go. 18.
Hope is cursed.
13. No, 12.
12.
2 to go.
Two more to go.
I need 15, please.
Come on, you got this, man.
Oh, 17!
17, nice.
17.
Nice.
That's
Congrats.
amazing. Congrats, man.
Nice.
No,
That saved.
no.
That saved you. That saved you.
I'm so happy right now. I'm even red in my face. It's not good. This.
Oh,
Oh,
15.
nice.
That's
Oh,
well
nice.
rolled.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
What did I roll? I didn't write it up.
11,
Yeah.
8,
Yeah.
14,
Yeah.
12, 17, and a
That's
15.
That's really
Oh,
good.
that's so nice.
that's the total is like 80 or something.
77.
77.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, I'm
Nice.
so
So
happy.
that-
I just got a 1 high. Like that was my only
That's really
criteria.
good.
So that
Yeah.
means that Toilet Paper is now done because he has rolled 6 times and he got over 70. So these are the stats that he's getting. But he can juggle them around, meaning that he can choose the 17 because the 17 is, of course, the best one. The higher, the better, basically. So he can choose to use the 17 one in the one stat that he needs the most. It's basically 6 different stats in Dungeons and Dragons, which are mostly based on things that you'll find in a typical role-playing game. Meaning you have strength, dexterity, wisdom, intelligence, charisma, and constitution. That's the 6 things that you have, basically, in Dungeons and Dragons that affect the game in huge ways if you have low or high stats in some of them. Of course, if you have a high intelligence stat, for example, you're usually pretty smart at finding things out. If you have a low charisma stat, people will find you unattractive and ugly, might even not even talk to you, and that sort of thing. So a lot of things affect how the game rolls, basically. But anyways, congrats, Toilet.
Thanks. I'm so. I'm gonna celebrate with a beer later.
Nice.
Yeah, we will get to 20 in int pretty fast.
So,
That's
next
nice.
one on my list then is Crokedcow.
It is scary.
Yeah, good luck, man.
You have to beat us 77.
Holy shit!
Starting good. Starting good.
17?
I can live with that.
That's like, ooh.
I'm putting high pressure on us, man.
Oh, 14?
Rolling nice.
Starting good, but
Yeah.
it's starting the slope, downhill.
15?
Oh, no. Just gonna keep being on the 15? Okay.
Keep this.
Jesus
Oh my
Christ,
God.
14! What the fuck is
This is
happening?
the rolls.
His character died from cancer.
Same. It's like that.
Not the tumor.
Not the tumor.
That was the previous character.
Okay,
Jesus
dude.
Christ.
Okay, dude.
15
This
again.
is
15
serious.
again.
This is some serious. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Going to destroy the entire campaign. And a 10. He has no minus stats.
Wow.
You know when I said you have to beat 77, you didn't need to crush it.
14, 15.
Is it like
14,
90 almost? No, 88
Oh
or something?
god. That's
17,
Damn.
14, 15, 14, 15, 10. 85! 85!
boy. Or
That's
big.
30. Oh, that's 30.
Did you write it down, or do you want me to repeat
No,
them
I
too?
didn't write it down.
Yep.
17 I wrote down.
That's how far you got. So 17 was the first one. 14.
Yes.
15.
Yes.
14.
Yes.
15.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so jealous.
Yeah.
and a 10. So that's he's going to be a very useful character in the campaign, basically.
I'm just gonna be gone for a little while and I come back.
Yeah.
He could start as a human and he got like 18, 16, 16, 16 stats.
Yeah.
It's really good.
He has so many
Insane.
odds. It's so nice to take half feats and stuff with that.
So, of course, once again, congratulations to Cow. He has the high score, if we're going to count that, of 85 in total, which is insane in Dungeons & Dragons terms. That's really, really good stats, basically. Because usually in Dungeons & Dragons, you have at least like a couple of stat points, or maybe at least one, I feel, that's in the minus area. Minus meaning it has less than 10 in it.
Yeah.
But
If you use the point buy and you put 3 stats to 15, then you also start with 3 8s.
yeah,
So
that's
and he
very true.
has 315 with no drawbacks. So
Wow. It's pretty
So-
insane.
Yeah, and 8 then means that you have -1, right?
Yeah. Yep. Every 2 is a minus.
Yeah.
Or a plus.
Yeah. You will see as we go on with the character creation, by the way, how this affects the character, the stat points that they have. You will be able to see that. So don't worry about that. It will make more sense to the people that aren't necessarily as familiar with Dungeons & Dragons as we go on. This is the very first part of creating the character, basically. Next on my list is Mr. Futorius.
Good luck.
I'm cold sweating already. This is it's so
Let's
uncomfortable.
just hope you roll a bit better than Chiron did.
Yeah, I hope so too, man.
Thank you so much for the lurk support, by the way, Kitsune. Oh, 16! Started with a 16.
Me and Nelich are sweating right now.
Yeah.
14?
14. I think it's already better than Chiron.
Unless you get a 3 now.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Holy
Jesus.
shit!
14 again.
What is happening? I need to like throw a challenge rating 3 enemies at you at level 1 for this to be.
Yeah, the average
Holy! Another 16.
The average is
Better than
12.
Chiron? Yeah!
The average is 12, like yeah.
Okay.
We go.
Okay, 10.
that's-
Yeah. There you go.
I need one more? Or?
Yeah, one more.
And 1 minus that, so you are not like completely broken.
We'll see.
Oh.
That's not going to be a thing.
14, yeah.
What the
Well,
fuck
at
is
least
going
I'm
on?
like super.
Wow.
That's a very good stat line as well.
Yeah. I feel
Yeah.
so blessed. Like, totally. Oh
You
my
know,
God.
this just has to mean that
So
my
great.
character will.
Yeah, someone is going to roll really bad.
Yeah.
I went from
I'll be-
68
I'll
to
be
what did I
honest,
get this time?
83.
83. 68 to 83. Oh, that's...
This means you're cursed to roll bad in the game.
Yeah, that's true.
But
Like
but
you
that's
in
the
Camp
fucked
Hero.
up thing. He don't because of his stats. He doesn't need to roll well. So did you write down the numbers, or do you want me to repeat them to you?
Let's see. I can just write it down in a notepad. I was like so focused on rolling well, you know, and it
Yeah.
actually worked out. So you can give it to me if you want.
Yep. 16,
16,
14,
14,
14,
14,
16,
16,
10,
10. Oh,
and 13.
there. I'm super happy. Thanks.
Holy
Like,
shit.
this might be stupid to say, but I hope I'm not the only one that has a single minus ability.
Don't worry, we're gonna help you there.
It's,
coming, my
I'm
friend.
gonna roll so badly now, I just know it.
Yeah,
I guess
because it is your turn, Nelich. Congratulations
you.
to Futorius, of course, for getting 83 in total.
Okay.
Holy shit.
I will start.
Yeah, well, don't worry. Wait a second. I'll remove all the dice first. It was quite a lot of dice, so I was just removing them. Now we
Yep.
can go.
See, 16, 16, 14.
11.
Nice, starting good.
Starting with plus, though. 13.
Well,
Oh, shit! 6.
Nice, I had that last campaign as well.
Yeah,
Press
6
can
in
you
strength.
put on the fighting music instead? This is too like
Oh,
relaxing.
yeah, okay, sorry.
oh, 12.
12?
2 more?
This is a more balanced character, so
14.
yeah, 14.
And it's one more.
Could I get 1 big, please?
Go!
Come on, man.
14.
Yeah.
What are we told?
So total is...
Is it over 70?
I don't know yet. It's 70! It's 70! it's...
That's I don't know what to say.
You rolled as bad as you can roll!
Thank you.
I feel free, man.
Well, I mean, he has higher on some stats, which is better.
Yeah, this is true.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I rolled as bad I could.
Yeah, in total you did, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Good job.
Thank you.
How do you feel about this?
You know why I got an invite to another campaign?
Are you... What? He's trying to blackmail me now?
Say the number, Press.
Yeah, if I don't get better stats, I'll join the other campaign instead.
I have to play a fighter now. I can't play anything else.
Depressed immediately.
Yeah. Okay. So, not so congrats, I guess, to Nelich, but he sort of survived by not having to re-roll the character. Now, it's Nerzhular.
Well, I'm gonna roll shit, so we're gonna have to do this 2 or 3 times, I guess.
See, new character. New.
10.
Aw. Welcome to my world.
Yes, I'm joining the club.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah. I'm there. I'm joining the club.
10.
9.
Oh, well, if you keep
Yeah.
rolling, you have to reroll.
Yeah.
Ow.
14.
Ah, 14.
Well, now I want to roll low, because then I re-roll.
Yeah. You want to keep rolling low now.
No.
14.
Keep rolling low. Come on, man. And this is the last one?
Yes.
Okay. 4.
Oh, you
13.
maybe did the same thing as I did.
10.
Oh.
9. 14. 13. 13.
This
Yeah,
is
you got
kind of
70
sad.
as well! You got 70!
Serious? You got 70 as well?
Yeah!
Oh.
Okay, brother, we are bad stats brothers.
Let's go.
We should in fact play 2 moon druids like you did last campaign, so you can just use the stats from the beasts.
Holy shit.
Okay, what was the stats? Can you read them?
Yeah, hold on. There you go. The stat was 10,
10.
10,
10.
9, 14,
14.
14,
14.
and 13.
And 13.
Isn't that basically point buy almost?
No, it's worse than point bind.
It's worse.
Oh.
Yeah, it's worse than point buy.
Oh.
I wanted it
Point
to
buy is
be.
like
I wanted
74,
it to
I
be
think.
possible to be slightly worse than point buy. The possibility of that, because I thought that if there was only upsides to doing the gamble, it would be sort of dull, sort of.
Yeah.
Well, it paid off for, yeah, you know who I mean.
Good job, guys.
Leon Crooked Cow.
The Crooked Cow, yeah, paid off. Can you repeat my stats? I
Oh
didn't
yeah,
write
yeah.
them down.
Sorry. I forgot about that. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
11.
Yeah, sure, it means 16.
This is going to take a long time if you're going to try to do that. You have a lot of these stats, so. 13.
13.
6.
That 6 is perfect. I like it.
12. 14.
Yeah.
And another 14.
Yeah.
It's so weird that both of you got 70. Just 70.
It's just perfect.
Yeah, and on the backside of that, you were the one that asked me as well that if we should reroll at 70 or if 69 was like the cap of where you rerolled.
Yeah. Yeah, it's typical.
At least take comfort in that you're 2 over Chiron. That's he was
yeah.
quite powerful in the end after all.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I have. Lothar also started with 14 as his highest stat
Oh,
when I started to make the maiden. So,
Yeah,
I was
so
hoping that I got a little bit slack on this character, but no.
just think about the fact that in about 3 years' time, IRL, your character will be powerful.
Just
But yeah.
revive me up to first levels with
That's
Chiron.
funny.
I think
Then,
I have
of
to go Mountain Dwarf now.
Now we're of course going to move into the next section of creating the character. Hold on. Is this sort of chill? I think so. Which is, of course, them selecting the race and the class that they want to play. In this sort of section, I'm just going to be providing any form of support if they need it. but this is basically a section where the characters, or I call you characters already for some reason, where the players will just be discussing what they want with one another. So, fire away!
So are we gonna go like in order or just mayhem?
You can sort of decide yourself. It's better, of course, probably for the stream and all that, if you sort of go in order, but I think that there needs to be some sort of discussion back and forth at least at some point.
Okay.
Well,
Just do around with what we're tanking in same order as we rolled, or
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, so that toilet goes first, yeah.
So what I've been thinking is making an Artificer, a ranged one. So it'll be a ranged damage dealer / support-ish character.
are you sticking with Artificer or for the whole way, or are you on the side maybe?
A pure Artificer.
You're Artificer.
Yeah,
I can...
that's what I'm...
Yep. Then I can read the small bits of the Artificers so that the stream sort of knows what an Artificer means. That's what Toilet wants to play. It says, Masters of Invention. Artificers use ingenuity, what the fuck, and magic to unlock extraordinary capabilities in objects. They see magic as a complex system waiting to be decoded and then harnessed in their spells and inventions. You can find everything you need to play one of these inventors in the next few sections. Then they go like into the... But it's basically a class that uses objects to infuse magic into the objects. So they're basically this... I guess you could call them the scientists of Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah,
Or-
/ mechanic.
Yeah,
Oh.
that sort of makes sense.
So
Yeah.
it's basically a magical tinker that can play spells or be melee or ranged, whatever you want, basically.
Yep. See a picture of it like a typical Artificer, but that's not how toilet paper is going to look. Believe me. Crooked Cow is gone, so we'll jump straight into Futorius for now.
Yeah, I've been actually thinking about this for like 3 months, and I haven't changed my mind yet. So I'm thinking of going. It's completely basic. It's a fighter, an elven fighter. I'm thinking about playing, and kind of why I have forests in the background. Anyway, a wood elf fighter, and I'm planning to go a bit unorthodox for an elf and going strength based with a greatsword and such weapons, and trying to do some extent of melee damage, and after a while, hopefully going into Echo Knights.
Yes. So, by the way, Fantasy Lover. I like the username, by the way. Thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. You're supposed to go Fighter, which is a class that basically, I think, speaks for itself. The basicness of a fighter. You like to fight things with usually a sword. Like you said, a great sword or something like that. And you want to go into something called an Echo Knight, which is a mysterious and feared frontline warrior of the Kryn dynasty. The Echo Knight has mastered the arts of using dunamis to summon the fading shades of unrealized timelines to aid them in battle. Surrounded by echoes of their own might, they charge into the fray as a cycling swarm of shadows and strikes. So they're basically someone that summons illusions to help them in battle, right?
The way I understand it, it's like a different you from a non-existing timeline, but kind of like an illusion that kind of exists and not exist at the same time. But
if you remember the backstabber in Game of Thrones, that sort of thing. That stabbed that guy. That was weird. That's all that I remember from that scene. But anyways, yeah. So is your sort of plan.
that's my plan.
Yeah. Then we can jump back if he's ready and available. Crooked.
Just have to unmute myself.
Yeah. So
You
they've
want
been
to
going
do that?
through. They've been going through what sort of race and class that they want to play now. So we're going through one after another first before you have like an ultimate discussion sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking the Aasimar race.
Right.
With Warlock Hexblade. So it's kind of like the melee mage kind of dude. Using armor and weapons and have the ability to cast spells. Basically.
Yeah.
And not going to be as strong as fighter as like Futorius fighter, but maybe I can help him a little bit.
And an Aasimar, if I remember correctly, is some sort of like celestial type of being, right?
Yeah, it's like a human that has gained like a favor or kind of a boon from this celestial being. So they have a spirit guide or a guide that like sometimes guide them in their life, but sometimes the guides have their own agenda that all some Asmars feels that the guide forced them kind of into a life,
Okay.
but depends on the guide, and that's up to you. So
Yeah.
I don't know how you.
And here you see like for the streaming aspect of things, you see like a typical picture of an Aasimar, how they look on stream right now. So if I can go over the Warlock class, it says with a pseudo. Is that what? How you pronounce that word? I think so. Pseudo dragon curled on his shoulder, a young elf in golden robes smiles warmly, weaving a magical charm into his hone-eyed words and bending the palace sentinel to his will. As flames spring to life in her hands, a wizened human whispers the secret name of her demonic patron, infusing her spell with fiendish magic. Shifting his gaze between a battered tome and the odd alignment of the stars overhead, a wild-eyed tiefling chants the mystic ritual that will open a doorway to a distant world. So basically, Warlock is also pretty common, I guess, in like a fantasy setting. So it's probably at least some type of word that a lot of people have heard before, like a Warlock. I think that Warlocks are even present in Game of Thrones, I believe. The Warlocks of Cause or something like that.
But it's a little different. Well, Warlocks, like in D&D, is like kind of, I think, a little bit different than many other because you have this like deity or fiend or demon or whatever it can be that kind of feeds or give you the power.
Yeah, you basically made a pact, haven't you?
I made a pact. So with a hexblade, I make a pact with a weapon. It's like a deity form of a weapon. So not necessarily a demon or something bad, but more neutral maybe, or can be evil, can be good. I don't know.
Yeah. Makes sense. So far we have an artificer, we have a fighter, and a fighter that wants to go into like an Echo Knight, and we have a warlock that wants to go into a hexblade, or that is going into a hexblade because warlock chooses what they want to go into as a subclass at level 1, right?
Yeah. So I start with hexblade, but at level 3, I can choose kind of what I want to specialize in. So I'm gonna go for what's it called again? Pact of the Blade.
Pact of the Blade, yeah.
Yeah, so I can kind of bind. I can use every weapon, even though, like, I can use a greatsword, even though I'm not a strength kind of character. But
yeah, makes sense.
For a minute now.
Yeah, makes
sense. So I'm
sense.
coming back real soon. So
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Next on my list is Mr. Nelich. What are you going to play? Thank you, Hildur.
With these stats, I'm thinking of farmer. So like I'll be like producing some food for the party and just being like in the house or something. No, I'm thinking different things. I'm like deciding right now. In fact, maybe starting Paladin. With maybe a dwarf or a dragonborn. I haven't decided because since I rolled so badly, I really like the mountain dwarf that start with 2+2s, so I can bump the 2 14s to 2 16s, for instance, to try to save it.
Yeah.
But I haven't decided if it's a dwarf or dragonborn I starting with.
Yeah, remember also
But,
that we're using the origin manager. Remember that. So
what?
the origin
You can
manager.
You can change the
Yeah,
stats.
that you can swap. Yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just that. Yeah, I know I can swap it, but just that the dwarf get +2+2s.
Oh,
You can
oh
swap
yeah,
around
yeah, yeah,
instead
yeah,
of,
yeah.
The dragonborn gets 1+2 and 1+1.
Yeah, okay. I see. Makes
yeah.
sense. Yeah. So you're thinking.
Just a question. Are we going to do the dwarf language thing we spoke about?
I sort of want to do it. Yes. Welcome back, Kitsune. By the way. The reason I'm saying other things at this from time to time is just because I'm sort of communicating with the chat on Twitch too. Don't worry, that is not something that I will be doing when we're playing. So when we're actually in session, I will not be communicating with the chat. But since we're in session 0 now, I do it whenever I feel like it, sort of. So just so you know. But yeah, that is something that I sort of still want to do. Yes, for the people on the stream, what we have been discussing, because there's a lot of different languages in Dungeons and Dragons, meaning that there will be a lot of different pronunciations of certain type of stuff. Let's say, for example, that they meet an orc that talks orcish, but none of the players talk orcish. Then they will hear me as a DM just saying like that sort of thing, and they won't necessarily understand what they're saying. But what I sort of want to do is that since we are multiple language speakers, every single one of us, we talk English and Norwegian, I sort of wanted one of the languages to be Norwegian. So let's say that they meet a dwarf and they talk to that dwarf. He will be like "Neimen halla, gutta!" or something like that. He will all of a sudden start talking to them in Norwegian. And then, if someone in the party knows Dwarvish, they can then communicate back in Norwegian, but they have to translate to the rest of the party what we are talking about. So that player that knows Dwarvish will still translate it to you, the viewer, so that you know what they're talking about, even though we're talking gibberish to you if you're not from Norway or some type of Scandinavian country, basically. That's something that I sort of wanted to do. So that's something that might pop up in the campaign. So it's something that I at least really want to do, but we'll see if it actually comes into fruition or not. But like, if I'm supposed to answer that right now, I'm saying yes. That's something that I really want to do. So it's something that we're probably going to do. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. So we then the Paladin, by the way, is also something that is present in a lot of role-playing aspects. It's basically a holy warrior. So what it says about the Paladin is clad in plate armor that gleams in the sunlight despite the dust and grime of long travel. A human lays down her sword and shield and places her hand on a mortally wounded man. Divine radiance shines from her hands, the man's wounds knit closed, and his eyes open wide with amazement. So it's a holy warrior that has healing capabilities in most cases. It's something that he can, of course, choose that he won't use or won't have at all. That's up to him. But basically, it's usually a type of holy warrior. But you have different types of paladins as well. You have something called like an oath breaker, so that they break in the pact or the oath that they have with their god and that sort of thing. But that's something that we'll go into if it becomes something that we need to go into. I think like trying to explain every subclass or that sort of thing is not something that we're going to spend time on.
No.
But is it something that you want to add?
Oh, no. I'm just thinking it might not be Paladin since I'm on the edge since Paladin is quite, for you guys that doesn't know it, Paladin is quite mad, meaning it's multiple ability score dependent. So you really want you want 3 big stats. You want high strength, you want high constitution, and you want high charisma. And since I rolled, well, not that bad, not that good, I'm wondering maybe I'm going for a sad. That means single ability dependent character. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, if you're still deciding, maybe we can jump to Nerzhular so you have some time.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I said, that's why I want an open discussion at the end, because Nelich still has the possibility of jumping ship and trying something else at that point, of course. So we can jump on to Mr. Nerzhular.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going for a cleric with a focus on the Twilight domain. I'm not decided on a race yet. So, and since my stats were a bit crap, I might have to take a bit better race to compensate.
we should be 2 dwarfs together just to boost our stats most as possible.
We should be UNT, we're brothers from Snake Island. Yeah.
I can tell you something, that UNT is something that I possibly won't allow in this campain, because for some reason,
why
in this universe there's not too many of them.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at the moment.
Okay, so
not thought about any multi-class or anything like that.
Okay, so a cleric is also something that's I would say that it's somewhere in the range of a paladin. Like it's not too far in how they think and that sort of thing away from one another, I would say.
Yeah, they can serve the same gods, and a cleric is probably a little bit more leaning on the spell casting.
If I would talk to it in like a simpler term, I would call a paladin a holy warrior, and I would call a cleric a holy priest, basically.
Yeah. But you have some clerics that really like go close and hitting things with their big small maul.
Yeah, or with their axes that they can return to their hand or whatever.
It was a hammer.
Yeah. Okay, so cleric. Arms and eyes upraised toward the sun and a prayer on his lips. An elf. That's the reason they say an elf or she or he or blah 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 is just because they've selected the race at that point, basically. It doesn't have to be an elf, of course. An elf begins to glow with an inner light that spills out to heal his battle-worn companions. Chanting a song of glory, a dwarf swings his axe in wide swaths, cut through the ranks of orcs arrayed against him, shouting praise to the gods with every foe's fall. That's basically the short thing about what they say about like the beginning lines of what they say about a cleric in the books, because all of these are digitized digital versions of the books that you can also
Yeah, he's gone.
Maybe I'm going variant human half feet into fighter level 6,
which you can get in a physical form as well. It's the same book, basically. It's just in a PDF, or not even a PDF necessarily, but it's in a digitized form. So it is the same book. So yeah. Now, I think we can have like more of an open discussion. So we have one in total now. After everyone's gone through, we have one Artificer, one Hexblade or one Warlock within the Hexblade subclass. We have a Fighter. We have one a guy who doesn't necessarily know. And we have a Cleric. So, seems pretty balanced to me. Sort of?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think it's
And
good.
what you said, Nelich, with the variant human is not a dumb thing. The half feet would basically put you at the normal race in terms of ability score, so that's good.
Well, you only get a +2, so variant human, the feat is quite expensive.
Well, don't you get 1 + 1, and then you can take a half feat, so you get 2 + 1 and an extra
Yeah.
thing?
You get
2
1 + 1.
times +1, and then you can take 1 from the half feet, yeah?
Yeah.
So you get +2 + 1 if you do it that way.
Yeah, or you can do custom lineage and get 1 + 3 if you want.
1 + 3. Ah, you can do it like that.
The custom lineage get 1 + 2, so you can do
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you take the half feat, that also gets that's in that, but but I have a problem with my constitution because I have just I'm looking at 14 strength, 14 charisma, and then I have a 13 constitution, and I wanted to play a frontliner that was gonna tank for the party, and I was like, oh, maybe I will be a wizard with a puny staff in the back. Like,
Well, with a dwarf, you would get 16 at start.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
yeah, but I'm still like, since Paladin needs 3 big stats, I'm lacking the constitution, and well, yeah.
Maybe you'll find the amulet that gives you lots of con.
Yeah, we just hide, like sit in your backpack until you can create me an amulet of health.
Well, if you just sit in the bag of holding with your head out and shoot with a bow, that could work.
You know, my stats 70 is like, compared to the guy that rolled the highest, his difference is like 15 or 8. Yeah, was it 15 difference?
I think so.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
No,
was
I
this was
feel you,
something
man.
that we discussed, Killer Cam. Welcome to the stream, by the way. This is something that we discussed, but we wanted it to be more open, sort of, just because we wanted them to have the opportunity to have like a real discussion before having to lock down their class. But yes, this is something that we discussed as well. He was she or it was saying that this is why I prefer choosing classes than rolling.
The old D&D rules, they made you roll the abilities one by one, and you couldn't choose which you even.
Yeah. This is
That was
strength.
even
Yeah.
that was even more hardcore. So
Yeah, that was tvungen yahtzee.
yeah. But they but that actually chose the class and race after rolling, I think. So
Yeah,
it was
because
different back then.
then you had to find something that worked with what you have rolled.
Yeah,
So if you're like low strength, then you shouldn't be.
this is kind of like a mix.
Yeah, this is basically something that allows you as a player to gain more control.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, and that's good because you don't want to play something totally.
Yeah,
boring.
that's what I'm thinking as well. It wouldn't matter like too much. Let's say that we knew that this was a campaign that would last for like 15 sessions or whatever. I wouldn't necessarily have the same sort of rule set, but considering how long we played for the like first campaign, I don't want you to be dissatisfied with your character, basically, because I think it's a very important part that you are somewhat satisfied with what you're playing, since we're playing this often and we're playing for this long. I won't say that this campaign will last for as long as the first campaign, but you sort of catch my drift, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe thinking about changing from Paladin to maybe a caster wizard, maybe.
Well, as long as you think that's something you would enjoy playing in the campaign, I don't mind that at all.
What was the roles of other people?
I rolled 14 as my highest stats
Oh.
and 6 as the lowest. 70
Yeah,
total.
I have 14 as highest as well.
Yeah.
Both me and Nerzhular got 70 exact. we can't reroll, so that's nice.
Straight after you, I rolled very well, and they both rolled
83 or
70.
something you rolled?
Yeah, 83. I'm super happy.
And
Nice. That's the
Crokedcow
risk,
rolled 85, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, when I'm
Okay.
maybe thinking starting one level in Artificer and then go the rest of the levels into Wizard. If that's the role I'm going for to get to wear armor as a wizard.
I am.
Since then I only need Constitution and Int. Since I have 214, I can, if I do a dwarf, I can do 16 in Int and 16 in Con, for instance.
Yeah, because of the origin manager. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a picture in my mind that I was going to be a Dragonborn Paladin, but I know that the Constitution, 13 Constitution is going to be hard.
I think that maybe in the long run that might punish you. I don't know.
Well, it depends. I wanted to be the tank. Maybe I have to go for a more damage dealing Paladin, more like that not like can stand in the front, but more like being like more, I don't know, kiting a bit more. I don't know. But we also have some frontliners already. Like we have at least the Hexblade and the Echo Fighter, and we have the Cleric. Well, you can stand wherever you want, but
13 con.
there is some cleric spells like Spirit Guardians and stuff that really likes you standing in the middle of the fights. So, but yeah.
Yeah.
But are you going to play like the cleric? You're going to play with heavy armor or going to have?
It
like,
does
more-
have heavy armor, yes. It does have proficiency in that. So I might be doing some melee stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. But what kind of cleric are you kind of
Twilight.
go? Twilight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, one of the best domains
Shit movie,
in the
by the way,
game.
or shit series.
But we love that movie. We watch it 20 times.
I'm going to lean into the stories of those movies whenever I'm making sure that your backstory somehow fit in with the campaign. You're going to see someone glowing in the distance. It's Robert Pattinson.
Behind him, you see Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Blade.
Yeah.
He's fucking you up instead. Swing.
Which dwarf has two stats? Is there
Mountain, I think.
mountain? Do they?
Yeah, the mountain. Yeah, it doesn't say on when you choose race, but when you go into it, you can choose. It's
Yeah, I thought it was
some
weird.
races
It said nothing. Yeah.
bugged on Beyond, so you have to go in and check on the in the description site. Same as that one ability they have that it doesn't have disadvantage on movements. No, it doesn't have reduced movement speed while using armor they are not proficient with.
No.
Yeah, dwarves can wear
They have
heavy
all-
armor with like 5 in strength. Doesn't matter to them.
But you have to be
The
proficient.
requirement is only for not reducing your speed by 10 feet.
But you have to be proficient to cast spells in it and that stuff like that.
Of course, you have to be proficient. Yeah. So maybe
That's
if I
why
start
know.
Artificer, I won't get to heavy armor, but I can use medium armor. So, or I can start Fighter and go rest into the Wizard.
Then you get then you can choose one AC, right? As a fighting style or something.
Yeah, as long as you're wearing armor. If you go defensive. But yeah, you would be wearing armor anyway if you went that way, so it would help.
My original idea was 6th level in Paladin and then the rest in Sorcerer. To have like the Sorkadin style of play, where you can do like quicken. Hold.
Yeah. What a shocker! He is Googled some sort of meta thing.
I have googled every possible build you can make, if every possible class, every subclass, every spell, everything is
You came prepared, but you didn't get
to the smallest detail. But that's why I also want to discuss why you can use the session for It's like power level of the different characters. So of course, people roll really well on stats, they will have no problem. But like, when I'm talking power level, I mean like, so one character won't like outshine everybody else and stuff. Like for instance, I don't know if everyone want to play Magic, but if you want to play a commander game, like everybody brings a deck that's quite the same power
similar.
level.
Yeah.
It's the same idea then. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that the most important thing that we do here now today is create characters that you're quite certain. You can't be 100% certain. That doesn't work unless you have played for a couple of sessions or even more than a couple of sessions. But I think the most important thing is that you create a class that you feel that you're going to have fun playing over time. Not a class that not necessarily... Because remember, this is an experience that is not only created by me, it's created by all of us. So if someone creates something just for the sake that they want to try to break as much as possible, it won't be fun for the rest of us or for the people watching. I think it's more important that you find something that you enjoy instead of trying to power level the shit out of everything, basically.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be fun to play in the long run either.
No, it's going to be, I do the same thing that I always do. It's going to be like that sort of thing.
Yeah. So.
No. Yeah. And I think we struck a good balance with that in the previous campaign, which is something that I hope will keep in this campaign, that sort of balance, because I feel like we managed to balance that campaign even though we did the rolling system, even though like Kaidon had clearly worse stats than a lot of other people and that sort of stuff. We still managed to make sure that everyone was useful somehow. So.
Yeah.
But we all know it was Kaidon's poesy that like made him rise to the top.
Yeah, I remember that you got actually a lot of bonuses from time to time from you writing down poems and songs and stuff, and I gave the entire party like the temporary HP and stuff as a reward for you inspiring the entire party before going into certain battle scenes and that sort of stuff.
Felt so blessed.
Because I want to reward that sort of stuff because I find it fun that people are making songs about the world and about the campaign and that sort of thing outside of the campaign, that they're actually writing it on their own free time sort of deal.
Thing is, when you kind of made the world so lifelike and so lovable, I just couldn't stop myself.
Lovable?
I don't usually.
I heard so much shit about how dark my world is.
Okay, it was a pure hell, but I still loved it, okay? I have fun, okay?
They started using my real name and then campaign as a terminology for when things started going dark in the campaign.
Things was always dark. There was like when things went good, we got a little bit of peace, and then it was back to the darkness.
Yeah, it was like, there's a good thing happening. Oh, drag them down.
I remember a baby was born out of my mouth or something.
That's
gross.
True. Oh. It wasn't necessarily like an actual baby though, but yeah, you puked out like an illusionary shadow-like baby from your mouth. I remember that.
Ghost babies. Oh, I remember being like in that black void and they came after me trying to...
Yeah. You got a bunch of babies like stabbing you.
Yeah, because I resurrected within that place. Why would I even do that?
I remember that. Yeah, I guess, and you went to the orphanage to save a bunch of children and all the children melted, I remember.
that was... being quality.
It didn't melt, it disintegrated in front of our eyes, right?
It was there was two men that came into the room while we had drunk that potion that we had turned into children.
Yeah.
And they noticed that we was in the room because they smelled our blood that was cursed. We thought, no, we don't want to do that, so we want to fight them. and they turned into demons and melted children.
By that point, we were so used to it. It was like, yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember they had like an aura around them, I remember.
Yeah.
So they did like a whole bunch of damage to every single child that was sleeping in the same room. So
Fortunately, all the children was paralyzed, so they didn't notice anything.
yeah.
Oh, did we ever get the answer to the kid that was disciplined? Because he wasn't there.
Yeah, you found traces of his
Oh, we
blood.
found traces of him in the basement.
Yeah, you found traces of his blood out back. Where they had been pissing, actually, which was used for like a piss hole. They found you found traces of his blood down in that piss hole.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it, TPA.
Yeah, so there was I guess, yeah, there is a bunch of like darker stuff in the campaign, which we're all also going to have like a content warning about. But it's not something that's going to be present in every campaign. I will also try to keep a better balance. I've been mentioning this to the players, of course. Try to keep a better balance in this campaign between the good and the bad. Mostly for so that the bad stuff hits harder, just because you're not so used to it.
Yeah, I'm not to the badness.
Yeah, but also for the fact that I want the players to also, of course, achieve what they thought they would be achieving from time to time as well. Because I noticed that in campaign 1, I wrote a whole most of the stuff with like a curveball at the end. You got what you wanted, but this happened too, sort of thing. Which I don't necessarily want to be a thing in all the time in campaign 2. I think if the predictable happens, I think that's fine from time to time as well. If it's like, oh yeah, if we do this in this sort of manner and we actually succeed, they'll get out of here. And if that happens, it's predictable, but that's good too, because then you can actually predict what is going to happen by you doing a certain action or doing a certain mission or whatever, which is also good from time to time, because it still gives you satisfaction if you manage to save someone. It doesn't have to be that they get out of there and then 2 arrows comes flying across their face, like right into their eyes or whatever. It doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, have you fallen on anything, Mr. Nelich?
Yes. I think dwarf fighter into wizard.
Okay, dwarf fighter into wizard.
So you
Fighter.
go like the Eldritch Knight to get that, or?
I haven't decided when I'm going into wizard, but that's a subclass of fighter that's like okay with the wizard because you get some spell slots.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I'm going to like level 3 fighter right away. If I go like 1 level fighter, then go wizard a little bit. I don't know. I haven't decided. But I think I will be like a caster that focus on controlling the battlefield and buffing my allies. So I wanted to play like a tanking role that also buffs, but now I'm thinking about like controlling the battlefield and with some buffs.
Okay.
For my allies, so I won't be in the front line necessarily, but I will not to be. I don't want to be a puny wizard like my previous character was. Like you can just look at him and he will die almost.
Yeah.
So I want to be like sort of like building my own battle mage kind of by using fighter and wizard.
Yeah.
As 2 classes, but not. I want a more potent. Yeah, caster than, for instance, taking subclass Eldritch Knight and always sticking with fighter. So I want to be a more caster-oriented character.
Yeah.
That's why I'm going wizard levels after a while, at least.
Yeah, because then you need to multi-class you need 13 intelligence, right?
That's the only requirement, and you need to have 13 in dex or in strength.
Oh yeah, for the fighter part.
Because you also need to have the stats you need to multiclass out of your starting class.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we need that. Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that rule, but I read a lot about D&D in the last couple of weeks.
No shit.
I think you
Fun
have made
story.
a couple characters, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I have made some characters. And,
Fun story with Nelich is that he's sent us, because we have a Facebook group, which is of course private to all of us, which we have had for like since we started 3 years ago. We've gotten movies or small clips of Nelich rolling dice on his own, just because he's hyped for rolling the dice. He even created an event online on like a site where it counted down towards session 0.
Question, Nelich. You told me that luck isn't something you can use up, but this is my first dice rolls, and you've been rolling all this time, so...
Well, I rolled a lot of bad rolls as well. So, but yeah, this what happened was that you and Crokedcow and Futorius rolled good, and me and Nerzhular picked up the slack. So it's gonna be okay. The best players is the worst stats, you know, Nerzhular. Huh?
I don't even take that as this because I thought the same. It was like karma for putting too much time and effort into researching. You're like, oh, you get bad stats for that. Yeah.
I don't think Nerzhular has necessarily researched too much into his character. I don't think so.
He's just professional at everything, so it's...
We only knew he's going to play a caster, but that's not a shock.
No.
Yeah.
I couldn't in my life see Nerzhular playing a character that goes up to someone and just hits them and then turn over.
In the other
sort of
campaign,
thing.
The time it takes to go up and just hit the person is too short for him to ever play it. It has to be 30 minutes.
Yeah.
He already used the monk in the other campaign. That is so fast, and then he can't play it again. So then he just had to be a caster.
Yeah.
The thing, we have a lot of like running gags, I guess, in the campaign, which is going to be present somewhat in campaign 2 as well, I guess, just because it's basically players acting a certain way and that sort of thing. And one of them is the fact that Nerzhular usually uses about like 10 to 20 minutes per round after some time.
Hey.
When he gets too many spells to choose in between, he just sits
That's
there.
an exaggeration, okay?
I think it's an understatement, actually.
Wait.
I just know that one time.
For Nerzhular.
What?
You should ban casters for Nerzhular.
Yeah.
Maybe a paladin, okay? Maybe.
I read a post where a DM forced player to roll, like we talked about earlier, roll strength first, then dexterity, then constitution. Because then the player had to use those stats to play a character that they necessarily hadn't played before. Like, because you have to try to find a class and that worked with those stats.
Yeah.
So like if he got no of the caster stats, if he got low int, low charisma, low wisdom, then Nerzhular had to play a fighter or a barbarian.
I get that way of doing it, and I think that's is something that I would have been more open to like trying out just for the fun of it if this was campaign 5, for example. Now it's the second time we're creating like these characters together. I think it's and also of course some of the things that happen throughout our campaign is also very descriptive about how this is should work, basically, because you also have to remember that rule books even that expanded upon what you can play and what you can't play, that sort of thing, came out during our campaign. So all of a sudden subclasses that wasn't available whenever we started playing are all of a sudden available, and that sort of thing. So next time you guys should do something like Koibu, where you all roll, then do like a snake draft. What is a snake draft? Is that when you all roll stats and then you maybe
draft the stats, probably like Magic? So we go around the table and draft. Probably the one that drafts first, then you can draft first next maybe.
Yeah, I think
so it gets added to a pool. And then
Yeah,
you
that's-
just choose
Yeah,
in
then you
order.
like pick them out of the pool, one after
But I
another.
think the thing about Serpentine is first is last and last is first when it's like
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
meaning
yeah,
like you go around. So
yeah.
if we still done it here, then Toilet Paper would have had the first pick for the first round, but next time Nerzhular would have the first pick of the second
Yeah.
round.
Yeah,
That makes
yeah.
sense. So we like
Yeah.
go around. So you
And
get
I would
even
always
picks.
be in the middle. So
Yeah.
Little question about the when we're gonna make the characters now.
Okay.
Because you're gonna be how many gonna use heavy armor?
yes, all. Or
I am going to use it because of my like the specialization.
We're not going to be sneaking around, that's for sure.
Klung, klung, klung.
The whole character's about stealth.
I will also be wearing
I'm
heavy armor.
probably going to get stealthy because I get advantage on stealth roll, so it negates my downside. So I get the normal roll basically.
Oh, you get advantage?
Yeah,
By the infiltrator, probably.
yeah, infiltrator. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wondered because I think then I'm gonna just go medium armor. So I think it's kind of
Can
like,
Hexblade start? Can they use heavy?
no, but I
Okay.
was wondering if maybe my first feat gonna be heavy armor mastery.
Okay.
But I don't think I'm gonna do that. But then I'm maybe gonna go medium armor mastery so I can have +3 dex from the dex instead of just +2.
We are playing with you said Origin, right? So you can like switch stuff.
Yeah.
We are on the
We're
raid,
using the Origin Manager, yes.
Yeah.
As long as the Origin Manager allows you to do that change that you want to do,
Yeah.
there's a high possibility that I will allow that change.
Yeah, that means my dwarf can start without knowing Dwarvish. No.
Yes.
For instance.
Because
Theoretically,
of course they could have grown up in a different society. Even though the dwarves, they could have grown up with only humans, for example.
I think you still know the race language, even if you turn on.
No,
You don't
that's
have
the
to.
point. That's the point of Origin Manager. You can like change proficiencies. You can change what languages your race knows, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You replace the origin as well.
Yeah.
So be
You can
careful if
just say-
you remove the language you think you know. Then yeah.
Remove common.
Remove common, yeah.
Yeah. Can't talk
I've got a
to.
question about like the rolling for gold or starter gear.
Mhm.
Was it like you got the pack from your background in addition to what you choose from starting gear and the rolling gold?
No, if you have rolling gold, you don't have starting gear. Only the background gear.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's the case, yeah. And we're also playing with so that if you get some gold from your background, you won't be able to use that pre-campaign. That's something that you'll have on your character when session 1 starts.
Yeah. If you just
And
noble
the other
background,
gear
yeah.
or the other gold that you roll for, you'll be able to use pre-campaign. And the reason for that is just because that in a normal setting, you would also start with that gold from your background. You wouldn't be able to spend that pre-campaign. That's also something that you have sort of in your pocket whenever the campaign started.
Okay.
I
Basically.
disagree, but
Like, can I just choose to roll the gold now?
Yeah, I think it's better if we all roll gold, if we go in the sort of order that we've already gone in. But
Yeah,
are
he's
everyone...
first.
Yeah, but are everyone ready for rolling gold?
What's the rolling rules?
It says on the
Like
class.
for Artificer,
class.
it's 5d4s times 10 gold.
yeah,
It's
the
the
same
same
for Cleric.
Cleric. Yeah.
And it's 4d4 for Warlock. A fighter gets 5d4 and Wizard has 2d4.
If you
know.
if you choose your class and everything when you start, you can just check automatically on the individual.
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking about maybe starting gear, if that's okay.
Yeah. You decide
Yeah.
yourself if you want to start
Yeah.
with gold or gear.
It's just that I can start with like 2 martial weapons, and if I roll bad with the gold, they cost like 50 each. Like maybe can't afford even one. So I'm like,
Are you sure about that?
Nah, not 50. That's the greatsword. That's 50, isn't it?
yeah, but I want a great sword.
Yeah, but you don't want 2 greatswords.
I want 2 great swords.
I want 4 hands. Can I have 4 hands?
I kind of want to start with a great sword and a halberd, just for flavor. So that would be like 2 50 gold weapons.
Oh yeah, so halberd is 52. No, that's 20.
Oh,
Oh, you're looking at the wrong prices. You have to look at the one at D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's 20 and 50. So it's 70 in total for those 2.
I just don't want to fail this gamble and have like, leather armor and a short sword.
Fabian.
It's okay,
Go
TPA.
hard or go home, right?
Go hard or go. Oh my god.
Go bard or go home? No.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, toilet paper, we can call you TP. That's probably easier.
TP is the same thing, yeah.
Yeah. I call him TPA.
TPA, toilet paper is
TPA?
amazing.
And we can call Crokedcow CC.
Yeah, CC.
Yeah, and we can call you for Nelich.
No, my name is Nelich. Nelich.
Are you sure about that, Nelich?
So-
Nelich sounds better on tongue, you know?
Yeah.
So should we roll for gold then?
Sure. Well, it's going to be for everyone, or you can just choose?
Choose.
Choose if you do starting gear normally or you do gold.
Oh yeah. You choose if you want gold as a starting gear or the starting gear, basically.
I don't at least roll for gold, but
Yep. So, TP, you also chose to roll, right? So you can roll in Talespire now. How much do
Okay.
you roll?
5d4s.
5d4s plus...
And then it's times 10 after.
times 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof, nice.
Else it would be. Yeah.
it would be really bad.
Yeah. But I
250.
thought it was like times some
The
less
average
than 10.
for
That's nice.
Artificer is 200 or something.
Can still be bad.
No,
it can be
200
very bad,
is
but-
maximum.
Like,
Yeah,
Oh.
is it plus something at the end?
No, the times 10 is the gold. So it's 200
plus.
max, then my background.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I'm
You don't
gonna...
get your background. It's only class.
Yeah, to
Yeah,
use now, yeah.
start with
Yeah, to use now,
Yeah,
but
to
you get
use
it.
to use pre-campaign. You'll still
Yeah,
have it
yeah.
in your pocket once the campaign starts.
Yeah,
You
that,
said, should we choose background first then before rolling?
No, it
Or-
doesn't matter because
Doesn't-
you're not using it to buy gear, you're only using the class.
Yeah, you're
Class
using the
gold, buy gear.
class
Well, you can
money.
still buy the gear later if you're in the city. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, but you can start with the gear.
yeah.
You know, we are meeting,
and I've chosen my background, and it doesn't matter for this roll.
Let's go.
Come on.
Jesus.
good luck.
10
100.
times 10, 100 gold and
Huh?
Yeah, 100.
Yeah.
That was low, wasn't it?
That was
Yes.
quite low.
It was super low.
That's the risk.
I
It's
think,
50%.
No, it's between 50 and 200, so average would be 125, I think.
No, he can. Yeah, he can get.
Huh?
he can
the
get
lowest-
200 because he can get 20 because he has 5 d4s.
The average is around
Average was
75.
150. Was an average.
Yeah, 100 and.
Since
No.
it's 5.
I've added up what I want to buy anyway, so that was 95 gold, so I'm happy.
Ooh!
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
Oh wait,
the
how much gold do you get from the background usually? I haven't read
10.
into that.
Nothing.
10.
Okay.
I get
Oh,
10
background?
as well.
Oh, that depends. It's sometimes 10, sometimes 15, sometimes 0.
Yeah, okay, so there's no background that allows you to get like 50 extra or whatever, is it? No,
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay. Cancel that other rule then. If it's not gold, that doesn't matter too much. You can spend that gold pre-campaign too. The background gold.
Okay.
So you can meet up in the campaign with no money in your pocket, basically, if you want to.
Just like real life.
Oh. Can I now? Does anyone else want to roll, or was it just me?
I think I'm gonna roll. Just gonna check something real quick here.
Do I have to?
You don't have to. You can start with
That's-
gear if you want to.
It's such a gamble.
So
Don't feel forced to do one way or the other. Do what you want to do.
No. I
If,
think I'll just stay with gear.
Yeah, then it's gear. Simple as that. If you want gear, it's gear.
I'm gonna do this. I don't have any.
I rolled so
True.
bad on stats. So
Hold on.
keep-
What were you saying, Crooked?
I'm gonna roll because I don't get any like I don't start with a medium armor or light armor or that sake. So
Yeah, so you're going to
I'm
roll?
gonna roll because the starting gear of Warlock is not very for fighting.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
not
Makes
very
sense.
expert,
We're gonna take a chance.
exactly.
How much are you rolling?
4d4.
44 times 10, right?
So 90.
So 90.
And my background gives me 10.
Okay. Yep. So then you have 100 gold to spend.
100 gold.
How much did your background give you? Toilet?
10.
Okay, 10. So you have 110 to spend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, and also give me 10, by the way. So I'll have 10 in gear.
10. Oh. Starting gear.
No,
Background.
I also
10.
want to roll since everybody's rolling gold.
Are you rolling too?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a fighter as well, so I have 5d4.
Yep. 5d4 times 10.
Look, man.
Yep.
Probably rolled so badly on stats, so now I'm getting paid back in gold. I much rather have good stats than 0 gold. But yeah.
yeah. Gold is much easier accumulated during the adventure, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
right there.
160.
Quite good.
It's good.
160 background gives you.
I've not chosen background yet.
Okay. Nerzhular, what do you want to do?
It is tempting to gamble, but it's it's coming out. You know,
It's the same as me. Like you will get paid off here because you got bad stats. I know it.
I need at least 100 gold to cover my gear.
Yeah,
least.
that's not too shabby though.
Nah, it's not too shabby. The demon is trying to get me to gamble. Twitch. That's
No,
not.
no. Hey.
Usually it's him that tries to get the GM to tackle that.
The average is 125 for a cleric, so that's good.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay, let's roll. Let's roll. Let's no.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Let's get the
go.
gamble on.
Let's go. Come
He
on.
needs 100 gold. 160 for him too.
Oh, see, we but what's happening? We both have 70 in stat, and we both have 160 in gold.
Background gives you. Have you chosen background?
Background gives me. Yeah, it doesn't. Where does my background say? Now, let me see.
On the equipment, you should say if you go back.
Talk about which background people have.
That doesn't necessarily need to be stated.
Okay.
I think it's completely up to you if you want to explain your background to one another or not. But I think it's quite. Am I hearing myself double from Nerzhular now?
Oh, is it bugging now?
Yeah.
Is it Discord again? Oh my god.
So. Jesus, I hate hearing myself like an echo like that. It makes me stop. It always makes me stop talking until the past me is stopped talking.
Let me see.
But yeah, I think it's a cool conversation piece during the campaign somewhere. Whenever the background like comes up, when you're getting to know one another, like where did you come from, that sort of thing. Whenever it's natural, but if you want to state your background, that's completely up to you, of course.
It's better now.
Hello.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Of
just
course,
wanted
Discord
to-
changed the settings by itself. That's yeah, of course, that's normal. Yeah.
Yep. That's something that Discord usually does. That sounds
Yeah.
like Discord.
I just wanted to check with you because I made a custom background, not really anything special. I just did the standard things where I have 2 languages and 2 2 skills. Yes.
Yeah.
And I used everything else from Soldier, but it's still a custom background. but
Yeah. That's completely fine.
It
I
gives
have
me
5
2 languages and 2 skills, so that's
5.
5 gold. Yep.
Yeah, okay, fine. There we go. So now I've written down all of that as well. So TP, toilet paper, has 110 gold to spend. A cow, you have 100. Futorius, you have 10.
yeah. Yeah, I can still spend it. I need something.
Nelich, you have currently 160 because you haven't chosen background yet.
Yep.
And Nerzhular, you have 165.
Yeah.
Can we just buy, or do you want us to say, like, tell you?
I would appreciate you telling me what you're going to buy.
Because
that would be nice.
I can do that right now.
Do you have a possibility of on Messenger on Facebook? Can you send me your shopping list?
Yeah.
Because it's easier that way. Because the reason I can't juggle too much with Discord right now is because, of course, there's 5 overlays in Discord at the moment.
Add the gold price.
Let's see. I'll put this over here in the meantime.
Which chapter has the normal gear that you can buy?
Source book, the first one.
The player's handbook, and just go to equipment, and then you can see adventuring gear and equipment packs.
Yes,
Tools,
chapter
everything.
5.
Maybe I should be a faceless. No.
You're a faceless. Let's see. Okay, so this is the shopping list. Shopping list. Holy shit! Okay, that's something that I can't do. Shopping list.
Yeah, I knew that.
Chain, shirt, shield.
It's fun though, making characters. I like it.
Yeah.
The yeah,
Nice,
for
is
the
it-
yeah, continue.
Okay, now you continue. I was just gonna make a silly joke, and it was not good. I played it out in my head before, so I stopped it.
Yeah, for the what I was going to say is the fact that this is probably the most, if we succeed in what we're trying to do here, this will be the most boring part for the viewer, the creating of the character.
Yeah.
Like the playing of the campaign should be, of course, more fun for us also than creating the character itself, or else it would be sort of dull. But it should be a lot more fun for you as a viewer to watch us actually play the game. Because, of course, we're going to try to immerse ourselves as much as possible. Boring! It's like I said, there's no planned play today, so this is not the essence of Dungeons and Dragons. This is the essence of creating a character and setting up the game for Dungeons and Dragons. This is not the essence of how Dungeons and Dragons is played. Far from it. This is just the essence of starting a campaign in Dungeons and Dragons, basically.
Then I can add also the starting equipment from my background without the gold, since I've already added the gold to my character.
Come again?
The things you get from your background, can I add that now as well?
Yeah. Yes, you can. I'm excited to watch you play with each other. Getting here.
That's nice, I guess.
With a Craigasm face, but it's me instead.
On camera?
Yeah.
That's on the other stream.
So,
That's Nerzhular stream.
since we've got the shopping list, Press, can we then just buy that as well?
Bye.
The shopping list things?
Yeah. Add it into your inventory. Yes.
Yeah. Just want to mention, since I'm a fighter and a wood elf, I get 4 extra weapon proficiencies. I wanted to swap out for other proficiencies, if that's okay.
You can swap out weapon proficiencies for skill proficiencies.
Yeah.
With Origin Manager, you can.
Holy shit, that's brutal.
So instead of the 4 weapon proficiencies you get as wood elf that I have anyway as a fighter, I wanted to add cooking utensils, flute, wood carver's tool, and land vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yep, that's fine.
That's why.
Yeah,
I
I've done that as well.
shopping
I've
list as well.
chosen my high elf as a race.
Mm.
And chose int and con as the abilities, and I changed my proficiencies from all the weapons to tools except simple weapons.
Okay, yeah. That's
Yeah.
also completely fine.
I also changed the 2 dex to 2 strength and the 1 wisdom to 1 dex. If that's
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
What is a typical wizard background that works? Where a wizard apprentice, maybe a background like that? Is there something like that?
There should be an acolyte or some sort. Or
You could go the thing I've chosen, which is cloistered scholar, might be, because you get library access and shit.
Yeah, and Sage.
yeah, Sage too. Yeah.
Sage is nice.
That was Malzer. He was Sage.
Yeah, true.
By
Was
previous-
he? I'm pretty surprised about that.
previous- Just
Yeah,
because I'm
Sage,
stupid doesn't mean I can make stupid characters.
Sage makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sage seems
I
like a
can
good option,
I can be a really young dwarf. Dwarfs are quite they don't get that much older, but I can be playing.
Dwarves.
I have studied and started to learn the magic. I'm a sage I'm a apprentice
in
of a
training.
sage or something. I don't know.
Could be.
I'm not trying to find a cool story since I have no magic when we start out, but I really want to learn everything I can about magic and study spell books and everything like that, like a wizard does.
Maybe you were the help boy at the cloak tower.
Yeah, I can be from.
You're
Cloak
like
tower?
cleaning up every day.
I can be from
trying to
Norway,
learn
and I
magic.
can be like ashes in his apprentice or something. No, I don't know.
Spoiler, you can't be that.
I think he's dead. That would make sense. He was quite old.
But you can just say that you was had such short temper since you're a dwarf, so you started knocking people instead of using spells as training, so you got cast out.
Yeah. You're basically... What the fuck?
But for acolyte, it's more like for a cleric because it's more tied against religion, and I think like a wizard is more like tied to his studies and the spells he'll manage to cast himself from the studies.
there we
Press. Can I add another thing to the shopping list?
Yeah, as long as you have money for it.
Yes.
You're gonna be rich, Press. You're gonna out on the town after to buy something for yourself with all the money again.
Jet Cougar, hello and welcome back. How are you? Oh shit. How are you today? Sorry, that was me responding to chat again. Like I said, don't worry about that. That won't be a thing while we're playing. But since we're not playing right now, I'm doing it. So I will be invested into the game while we're actually playing. Don't worry about that. Let's see. I was thinking about the age. Yeah, Yeah, dwarves live till
Like
they're about
300?
350
I
ish.
think so about that. That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
And elves are like 800?
750, I believe.
750.
Say hi to Nerzhular from me. Cougar says.
Hi, Nerzhular.
Hello.
These are, of course, the players that, if you just jumped in, Cougar, these are the players that we're going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons with. And these are the players that I played the entire first campaign with. And these are also all names that have been present in the Twitch chat at some point. Which is nice too.
Is it
Long time friends, basically. Yeah, it has its
nice.
minuses and it has its pluses, I guess. These are the
More
snake
minuses.
killers. Hilder is on to you now. She's saying that you are
What?
the snake
No.
killers.
No, that never happened, I promise.
Don't throw out accusations without evidence, please.
There's
We
no
never streamed
evidence
that.
left.
My defense still, my character was dead at the time. I did have nothing to do with that.
I didn't
Don't
know that
kill
was
Well,
the
you
happening.
did because you died, so we couldn't stop it.
Yeah,
I was dead.
We had something to do with it since you died. Did you see that logic?
No!
Yeah, in the previous campaign, it's like I said, it's a sort of a running gag. In the previous campaign, they basically killed off an entire race of snake people. They didn't
Without
flat
knowing
out...
it, press.
Yeah. They didn't
didn't
flat
know.
out kill them. They didn't go into like their village and like hiya and started like slicing away. It was basically there was a floating disc or multiple discs that were being kept afloat by some sort of magical power, and it turned out that that magical power was an animal being driven out by its natural habitat, and that was a whale that was not swimming in the ocean; it was flying in the air. But the whale was sick with like a disease that they were trying to get rid of, and they saw that the disease was still present on the whale even though it was lying lifeless on the ground. But also what they saw with the detect magic was some sort of other spell that was still on the whale, and that turned out to be the spell that were keeping the discs afloat in the air. So when they blasted the whale because it was full of the like infection, the black sludge that they were trying to get rid of, the magics stopped working, of course. So the discs were high up in the air, but they sort of just they fell down basically and took every one of the snake people with them. But since it was only the party that was in the presence of that happening, they've been pretending the whole campaign that never happened.
never happened.
Didn't pretend, press. It didn't happen.
Yeah. It just didn't happen.
I'm
Basically.
certain it didn't happen.
Yeah. So that was even the ending, I remember, for they wrote like a short summary of what they wanted the character to do at the end of the campaign if the character was still alive. And I remember Chiron, or Futorius, even wrote in his summary that he never spoke about what happened on the island of the snakes. So hopefully things like that will come naturally in this campaign too, where there's like running gags that start happening because of certain aspects that happen randomly in the game. But I think that will happen as long as we're having fun while we're playing. That those things will come like naturally. To be nice. But okay. Let me drag this over here again and see if I've gotten any more shopping list stuff. Okay. I've gotten something. There we go. Oh. Would it be, man?
And when you buy that press, you get 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
For
yeah, I saw
gold?
that. Yeah, that was like a pouch, I would assume, of 1,000.
Yep.
Yep. Makes sense. Also, something that I saw when we were looking through the tool stuff. I need to sneeze soon, I think. Maybe. But something that I saw when we were looking through like the tools thing was things that we have not paid attention to at all in the first campaign. Because I know that you have the Dungeoneer's pack, for example, on Shoe, on your previous character, a toilet.
Yeah.
And that pack includes like a crowbar that gives you advantage on strength checks if you do them with like applying pressure to things. So, for example, the door, you can use your crowbar to like slam into the door.
Oh, that physically pains me.
So I
But
saw
now I'm
that
happy. I took that pack now. I got the crowbar.
yeah, like the tools actually do something now. It's like, what the fuck? They do stuff? They're not just there
that
for...
literally pains me.
Don't think about it. Just
So that's something
survive
that we have
and-
to keep track of this time around, because in the source book, in the player's handbook, where you see like the tool section, you see what every type of like tool does in like a huge section on of its own. You can like see all of the tools and what it does at the very end here somewhere, I think.
You have to choose tools on the side.
Yeah, let's see here.
But it's crowbar or proficiency?
Yeah,
I
here we
think
go.
Some items can give you bonuses if you use them right.
Yeah.
You had them
Even though it's not
further
like-
down.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but I have it here also. Like,
yeah.
you can see the torch, you can see the tinderbox, you can like see everything and what it does here. Rope. It says how much hit points the rope has and how much like a strength check would take to burst the rope. That sort of thing. That's something that we didn't play with the previous time around. It takes a DC 17 strength check to like rip it apart, basically. So that's something that we didn't do the previous time. It also says like you can use the magnifying glass to ignite things if you hold it in front of the sun and towards like the object for 5 minutes. It ignites
Ooh.
it. That sort of thing. So a magnifying glass grants advantage on any ability check made to appraise or inspect an item that is small or highly detailed. That's something that we didn't use at all in the previous campaign. So these sorts of things, like tools in general, is something that we need to keep better track of.
Yeah, but I think it's a lot to do with the pacing of the first campaign. We didn't really just sit down and figure out what can we use these things to do.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah,
yeah.
it's fun to, but it's kind of fun with D&D though. We have been playing for almost 3 years and we still learn new things.
Yeah,
A
just
lot of
by
new things.
yeah,
Like
just by actually looking.
arcane archer can only use one arrow.
We can only apply one.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that we found out
the
very
end.
late.
Yeah.
So,
Even though we've
yeah,
been
here it
using
says-
the theater since level 3 or something.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
dark vision clarifications and stuff, maybe.
Yeah. That's also something that's going to like pace this campaign differently whenever there's complete darkness, to say the least. Here it says, yeah, crowbar. Using a crowbar grants advantage to strength check where the crowbar's leverage can be applied.
That's so annoying. That's so. Like I can't remember how many strength saves we've tried to open doors and
Yeah, all that sort of thing. Yeah. Where you could
Yeah,
just slam
yeah.
the crowbar into the door and try to open it that way instead. And
After-
antitoxin? You can drink to gain advantage on saving throws against poison for an hour?
what?
Yeah.
Well, I made some anti potions with Lothar.
Yeah. But that was
Potion.
poison. That was a potion of poison resistance, not like just an antitoxin.
Yeah, but same thing. I had some antitoxin in that potion, so
Yeah, sort of true, I guess. Yeah. And of course, the healer kit, we didn't use too much. I remember that that's actually one of the few kits that we used like a couple of times to stabilize a creature, because then you don't have to do the roll to stabilize the creature, the medicine check. You could just do it with 10 uses in total. Wait, so 40 minutes? Yeah, so 40 minutes because of Nerzhular doing his thinking. Elwood gets it already.
Oh, my man.
No, Nerzhular is a mod in my chat. You have to calm down, Elwood.
Calm down.
Not
You're
abuse
safe while we play D&D because we can't see the stream ourselves, so that's good.
Yeah.
So those are like empty threats from Nerzhular.
Elwood is like, oh shit.
I can make a bot that targets him. Yeah.
Oh, how do you press it? There's even a climber's kit.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
No.
Not the fucking climber. Oh.
There's so much stuff that we need to like keep better track of when it comes to tools, because I think it's cool too. I think it's a cool aspect that, oh fuck, there's a door here. Well, better whip out my crowbar and you can actually use it for something instead of it's just an item that sits in your inventory. So it's a cool aspect too. It's nice. It's nice.
That's really cool. Can't afford a climber's kit though. Too bad.
Yeah, you can use a climber kit as an action to anchor yourself. When you do, you can't fall more than 25 feet from the point where you anchored yourself. And you can't climb more than 25 feet away from the point without undoing the anchor. You can basically make a point where you can't fall too far down at a time.
That would be so nice.
I just remember when Mia-Lee died and two people were on the spider and I ran up the mountain. And that would be nice to have.
Yeah. But the insane thing is both you and I had sickly strength checks when we did that.
Mm-hmm.
I think I failed one but completed the save or something. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, it was insane. That entire session was insane, basically. Torch burns for an hour, that we do know. Have you chosen your background yet, Nelich?
Yeah, I've landed on Sage Baldur's Gate edition. Since we are in that universe, I took Baldur's Gate Sage.
Yeah, okay.
So just
how much gold does that give you?
10.
10. Okay.
Seems like that's the standard, I guess.
Yeah, it does seem like it, yeah. Let me get this over here again. I can open up Facebook and see. Okay, yeah, there's no more shopping list still.
Yeah, I'll make it now. I just had problems choosing my background. I'm sorry, guys. I let you all down.
I actually feel more sorry for you than us. You were so hyped. Well, we all were so hyped, but I'm just happy I didn't roll shit.
Well,
Yeah, you rolled really good.
Yeah.
I quite like the challenge with the rolling and stats and finding something that works, but
Yeah.
I had looked at this build as well, not only the Paladin, so I had a different... so I had just looked at the stats and find out that since I had quite a low constitution, if I won't have to go for 3 stats, that's why I went for a wizard that's like single ability score in the dependent instead of a... Meaning like you only really need a big int and of course a little bit constitution. But now I'm starting with 16 in int and 16 in con and can take it from there.
Yeah.
And you get the 13 in dex, or?
Yeah, I have to have the 13 index to multiclass out of fighter.
Yeah.
Fighter you can choose between strength and dex.
Yeah, I
When
just
you're
thought dex is
multiclass.
better if you're not going strength in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
since
a better
I'm,
all round, yeah.
Yeah.
Since I'm a dwarf, I can wear heavy armor without
Yeah.
getting the penalty. Well, I'm a dwarf, so I only had 25 feet in the first place, but So, like a human wearing half heavy armor will have 20 feet movement if you don't have 15 strength. So it's like only 5 difference if you're thinking about a dwarf, since the dwarf has shorter legs, since they are shorter than humans. That's why they have shorter movement speed, I guess.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Shorter legs. You know what they say about shorter legs?
You need like
Faster movement.
I was gonna say like
To keep up.
I was thinking about something completely different. By the way, what the fuck? I didn't notice.
What?
I'm sorry, Elwood. Welcome back. By the way, I just started responding to you straight away. Welcome back. Sorry, I usually welcome people back, but I forgot to welcome Elwood back. Sorry.
Oh, his family. It always feel like he's around there somewhere.
Yeah, I feel you in essence whenever I sleep and whenever my anus
Oh.
starts to.
Stop there.
And the train comes into the tunnel.
Choo choo, motherfucker.
Yeah, great.
What, Hilder? What is it? Oh yeah, so whenever the shopping lists go through, the next thing I think we need to do is you choosing your token in Talespire.
Ooh.
Your dedicated token. This is something, by the way, that you need to keep in mind. This is something...
Groovy.
Son Jiangxi, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And welcome to what I call around here the shit show, basically. What you need to keep in mind is, of course, that while we're playing this campaign, it's highly likely that somewhere in this campaign they will release the Hero Forge integration.
Yeah.
So keep in mind that this token doesn't necessarily have to be your token throughout the entire campaign. So just keep that in mind, because I know that they have been working a lot with that sort of stuff in recent times. I think they've been working on it actively for like a couple of weeks now, just the coding side of it, of getting the tokens in to the program and having it be preloaded in everyone's campaign, so that you don't have to, because see, this could be sort of a nightmare if it was, let's say that we go into the campaign and we're supposed to change to a map where there's 25 tokens or something like that that is from Hero Forge that you don't own in any capacity. So it has to load those 25 tokens for each and every one of you if we go to that map. That's something that they're trying to prevent. They're trying to make sure that they are preloaded, so that you don't have to go through that. And let's say that, oh, now you're going to this map and there's 30 tokens over here and all that sort of jazz. So you're trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. I've been quiet this whole time, but I could not resist teasing good old Nerzhular.
I might have to go through some chat logs to, see if people have been naughty or not.
Futorius is also getting some love from his fellow conductor.
Yeah.
I said wrong earlier.
Okay.
It wasn't 10 gold pieces.
Okay.
It was 25.
25. Okay.
Ooh, rich
25.
bro.
Huh? Rich boy?
Oh my god.
That's right.
Oh yeah, by
I'm
the
a
way.
noble, you know.
Gender.
Gender, yeah.
I'm a dude.
Let you go through this again. I said I had a man with a penis. No. Actually, my character is a female.
Gender female.
With a penis?
Huh?
Gender, let's not go too much into that, I think. Futorius?
Yeah, I'm planning to be a male with elf.
Male. Oh yeah, I probably should have had your raises down here too. Fuck. I'll deal with that later. Gender for Nelich?
Male dwarf.
Male. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think too, Kitsune. That's why I said that we shouldn't talk too much about that.
Kan jeg prate dversk?
Dvarsk, yeah.
Dwarvish. Can I speak Dwarvish in Norwegian?
Yes. You should be
I'll
allowed to do.
be male as well.
Male. And the races were race of the Artificer was Wood Elf? High Elf?
High elf.
High Elf. High Elf with a mustache.
No, because in this stupid universe, wood high elves or elves in general can't have mustaches.
I know. I was teasing you.
I feel you, TPA.
My feelings.
I wanted my Wood Elf to have a full beard like me, but you know.
Yeah, so you're Wood Elf.
Yeah, Wood Elf.
And I remember that Crokedcow was Awesomar.
Yeah.
Race Dwarf on Nelich.
Yes, Mountain Dwarf, to be exact.
Race was for the Cleric was Dwarf? Or?
I know I'm chosen Kalashtar.
What?
That's the most game-breaking race. Why? No. What did you call my mother?
They're like what should you call it? They're kind of from
How do you
The people that
Kala.
Kala?
Kala.
Are those people that cannot sleep, or those who
Yeah,
are
they're
from
in the dream state, kind of.
Yeah, they sleep, but they don't connect to the dream.
Yeah.
Something.
Kalashtar.
You tell me I'm the only one that sleeps for 8 hours like a rock?
No,
After,
I sleep 8 hours.
Ah, that's nice.
Kalashtar are a compound race created from the union of humanity and renegade spirits from the plane of dreams. Spirits called Huri? Or something? Kalashtar are often seen as wise. You can't play a wise.
Hold on.
Spiritual people with great compassion for others. Okay, Nerzhular is heavy into the fucking Jesus Christ.
Let's see.
I'm playing a character. I'm not playing
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah, he's role playing hard this campaign. Holy shit! But there's an unmistakable alien quality. That's Nerzhular though. To the Kalashtar, as they are haunted by the conflicts of their otherworldly spirits. Okay.
Sounds like something's that's gonna bite our ass later. Thank you.
It's okay.
Kalashtar.
Just turn our backs and walk away.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, they look very humanoid.
Yeah. It looks very human.
Hunted by nightmares. Hunted by nightmares, not haunted by nightmares. They're hunted by nightmares.
Well, the nightmares are
No big deal.
you can't get into the dream because they are severed from the dream, you know?
Oh shit! You have advantage on all wisdom saving throw. Mental discipline. Yeah, this is not Nerzhular.
This is bullying.
Yeah, you're used to it.
Save me, chat.
No, it's true.
It's not bullying if it's true.
Just facts. It's payback for all the nasty messages you sent earlier.
Yeah, you got the dick pics too?
Wait, what?
Share it to everyone, you know?
Yeah.
You
Oh, that
shared them? No, I mean,
I sell them.
oh shit.
Oh, Christ.
So those weren't yours. Ah. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, Cleric, shopping list. I like that Nerzhular is the only one so far that has actually bought clothes.
Oh,
Clothes for
I
a
need
background.
clothes.
Actually, gonna have
Ah.
traveling.
I get it from the background.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I get it from the background.
So you're
And that's
naked
track-
underneath the armor.
No, but my last chapter had like 3 costumes because I had the entertainer thingy. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I don't need clothes. But I do.
I have to
now.
buy clothes too. Jesus.
Oh god, okay, let's see. How much is the clothes?
Well, I'm running around with a chain shirt. That's enough, right?
Naked people wearing heavy armor.
I'm just imagining like the chainmail is ripping my parts.
Yeah.
I need some clothes. No.
That bedroll.
Do I want common or traveler?
Naked playthrough, all for it. Oh yeah, you need to. By the way, there's a dress code in this campaign. You need to be in the exact clothes that your character is in. So if you're
Well, I'm
naked,
gonna-
you need
Well,
to be
light
naked.
armor it is.
Well,
But
you're gonna be surprised
forward.
when I come with my noble clothes.
Yeah, oh, that would be
I'm
cool.
gonna be dressing up.
A tracksuit that says Adidas in game. Is that okay?
I think that would be somewhat immersion breaking.
But I'm Slav elf. I know. I'm sorry.
It's going to be like you're deep into like a role-playing session, and it's like then the person you're talking to notices that you have some sort of weird symbol on your clothes. And the only logical conclusion he can draw is that you're from another sort of cult. So he thinks you're from like a different cult because you have an Adidas.
That would be nice. But I bought the traveler's clothes for 2 gold.
I think I'll pick up that as well. Yeah, I need to. Can't go naked. I'm still. Equipment.
Clothes. Your clothes. Give them to me. You start get campaign by doing that though. Walk up to someone and just be like, your clothes. Give them to me.
The shame is that like at level 3, the armor I get from Infiltrator like goes on my entire body, so I don't need clothes at level 3. So this is.
It would be fun if your armor was stationary. Like that you could put it in like a stationary mode. Then you could like do like Jim Carrey does in the second Ace Ventura movie when he crawls out of the rhino's ass.
Yeah.
And that's how people see you doffing your armor.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You're crawling out of the armor's ass.
Are we rolling stats for size, or do we just randomly pick something?
You can randomly pick something there. It doesn't matter too much with size, right? Dick size is something that we roll for, though. 1d20, and it's going to be in centimeters.
Oh!
Good thing I don't have
Crit,
one.
crit!
Doesn't matter.
Do you get double size if you crit?
No, and the plot twist is going to be that it's when it's hard. That's going to be it. So if you have like a 3 centimeter one, that's when it's hard.
Hope we're not going to roleplay this.
Oof.
Because we can't
Yeah.
go too much into detail around like potential sex scenes and stuff now.
Well, I'm gonna be short, so I'm gonna be 5 feet.
Yeah, those things doesn't like necessarily matter too much that you share with one another before we begin the campaign.
I think I thought about this before. Since I'm
Because none of you can be large, right?
I don't think so.
No, what's the
no
size?
race. No race can start at large.
Your height doesn't matter for size class, right?
No.
Oh.
It's usually your width.
Small or medium.
So you can be like a chunky guy.
Oh, it's medium. I think my character is complete.
It's what you do with it that counts. That's coming from a female as well.
So true, though.
Well, they gotta see it though.
They only gotta feel it. If you wiggle it around, once you're inside,
Well,
yeah, motion in the ocean.
like the first level, you just get the maximum hit points you can get, right?
Yeah. Yes. Plus your con, of course.
Well,
I was thinking a bit about that because I'm going strength-based elf. I just kind of doubled the average weight, I think, because they're usually so light.
Yeah. That doesn't matter like too much. It's like I said, D&D is not now up for not playing too much into like stereotypical things.
Oh.
So it's much more up to yourself now. Except you want to have a beard.
Yeah,
yeah,
Fuck
that's
that.
oh,
okay, man. We make magic beards.
it's so tempting.
The reason why this is a thing, by the way, for everyone watching.
Groovy.
Oh shit. Dorian Greyhawk. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you. And welcome to the shit show to you as well. The reason why this is a thing, by the way, is because the fact that it's stated during the elves section that they cannot have facial hair.
Yeah. Both me and TPA wondered about other races just because of that.
Yeah.
It is the pre-game, yes. We're closing in though. They've selected race, class, rolled their stats, and all this thing. Nurse is an elf, yeah, because he doesn't have facial hair. The plot twist though is that Nurse can grow facial hair. I've seen it multiple times.
Yeah. Comes back fast.
It's what we call in a dwarvish moped bart, yes.
Moped part.
Things I'll do.
Halfling.
I sent
this
you a
guy.
list on the. No,
Look at
that
this
was
guy.
the wrong. I sent it. I sent my shopping list to the wrong Facebook.
It's like a workplace chat or something, and it's like, I would want a Dungeoneer's backpack.
Yeah, it's exactly that, except just my other group of friends that also game with, so it's no big.
Yeah, okay.
It just makes more sense to them.
Let's see. Boom.
My
Shopping list.
range weapon for level 1 is the darts.
Oh, darts, nice.
Oh,
I'm not very good at
We haven't seen those in a long time.
at damage.
Ah, true. I remember Mila and darts.
Yeah, Milo had darts, yeah. 100?
Yeah, they cost like nothing.
Holy shit.
But I hope they don't weigh too much because I only have 6 strength, so...
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Greyhawk. I was talking to Greyhawk now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't laugh at that, by the way.
Yeah.
No.
That seems to be a common theme with a lot of Dungeons and Dragons campaigns, which is thankfully something that's probably not going to happen in ours, seeing that we are IRL friends and have been IRL friends for a really long time.
Are we?
Wait, what?
You have no choice, man.
Wait, that's
And we are doing like a whole bunch of other things together as well. Usually if we do something that is considered like nerdy, we usually do it together, so... Even if it's like Magic, other types of board games, that sort of thing, playing video games, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I feel like all
really,
this start.
bad horror movies.
Yeah, oh, that was the golden age. I haven't
I
done
feel
that in a
like-
long time, actually.
That's a long time
This,
ago.
Yeah.
this group kind of started with us playing Magic and was like, should we play D&D? Maybe.
Yeah, because the thing, I remember that the thing was that we were playing Magic and I said that, oh yeah, I've been feeling like writing a story in Dungeons and Dragons for a bit of time now. So I remember that I bought the books, then I sort of like invited you that, do you wanna, should we just play? Then I was thinking that, I remember this is something that I've talked with them like a bunch, that I said whenever we began that I thought we would go like 10, 15 sessions. And then it would be like, we're sort of getting tired of this now. It's falling off. But after 10, 15 sessions, it started getting more intense.
Yeah.
We started having like 12-hour sessions and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that was
instead.
brutal.
Yeah.
I have a problem if I buy 100 darts and
Okay.
I wear a chainmail. I'm almost as my max I can carry. Maybe I should switch the 6 in strength with my charisma or something.
Nelich, do you have 8 gold to spare?
You could buy something.
You can buy a donkey for 8 gold and make him carry all your stuff.
That's going to be difficult on the ship, though. Remember, you're starting the campaign on the ship.
True.
Oh, no. Just let him have his donkey. There's drowns.
That's the thing. It's a donkey called Torstein.
Not Torstein.
I don't really need a charisma 11, so I can just switch them, I think.
Oh, yes! I was hoping there would be one character with very low charisma.
Yeah, I think I
Social
will do that.
abuse! Here we go!
But I'm really smart. I'm really smart with books, though. I like reading, but
Yeah.
I don't like talking to people.
Yeah, don't worry, people don't like talking to you either. So.
No.
It's sort of a two-way streak with 6 in charisma.
Well, I don't have that much of wisdom, so I don't always know that people don't like talking to me. So
Hilder is asking, have you guys tried to play D&D without all of the rules? I've tried one based on Sunless Sea and one based on Fallout.
That sounds cool. But they use full rules, just other rule sets, or is it?
Yeah, the official Fallout one does that, at least. But I've never tried to play like a tabletop RPG without any types of rules. That's not something that I've never tried before. It would be quite fun to see. Yeah. Let's say that this thing becomes a success of some sort, that we really enjoy streaming this thing and blah blah blah, and people watching that sort of thing, when we actually start playing. Maybe we can have like a one shot where sort of like everything goes. Yeah, no, RDM just made the rules himself loosely based on D&D.
So it's logic.
Burn. Yeah, so yeah, sort of like yeah, I would guess so. Yeah, sort of logic based, yeah. Because of course there's not all of the things in D&D is not logical. It's based a lot of the stuff in D&D is also like based just around gaming rules. Like let's say you're prone while you're flying, which means that you're on the ground, you're sort of knocked over to the side while you're flying. It shouldn't matter, you can still just fly sideways. But in D&D you have to stand up before you fly again. So just because of that's how the rules work, basically. You can't swim or fly whenever you're prone.
And you can't have a mustache as an elf.
That's something that you're going to hear multiple times throughout this campaign, I believe.
Might be.
He'll make a magical beard. That's why he went to Artificer.
Hold on. Lorian Greyhawk is saying now, there's a great tool that you can use for D&D if you have Steam. It's called Talespire.
Oh my god. That's a great tool, yeah.
I wonder what Talespire is.
I love Talespire. You're a man of taste.
We are using Talespire for the entire campaign. We have been using Talespire also for big parts of the other campaign. We have been changing in between 3 systems for the previous campaign because we started playing together in real life. Then Nelich jumped on board, which made it sort of hard to play because he's not located in the same place as the rest of us. So then started playing online through Roll20 because Talespire hadn't been released at that point. And then whenever Talespire came into closed beta, we all backed it on Kickstarter to get access. So we've all backed Talespire on Kickstarter to get access early. So from the time it came out in closed beta, we have been using Talespire ever since then. So we used Talespire for almost an entire campaign already. And a campaign that lasted for 3 years and 131 episodes.
Yeah.
I'm a wizard. So yeah, we will be using Talespire for this campaign as well. We really enjoy Talespire, and it's of course it's only getting better. I've looked at some mod plugins as well, by the way. I haven't notified you as all the players for this, but I showed Nelich. There is already a mod that allows you to pin characters on like the token edge with icons for different conditions. So that's something that's present. There's also like a D&D 5e rule set that is going to be is currently being made, basically, which makes it so that whenever you're rolling, you can roll with stats from the D&D without having that plugin. It's basically a mod. So you click the monster that you want to hit, and you choose what weapon you use on it. Then it provides the right proficiencies and the right pluses whenever you're rolling the d20, and it automatically says if it hits the creature or not. And if it has resistances, it applies those as well and all that sort of stuff. So it does all the things for you. It's like an automated system. So just by clicking, yeah, I want to hit this guy with the short sword, it goes through like trying to hit it, applying the correct bonuses, saying if you hit or miss. If you hit, it goes to the next stage of doing damage. Then it takes away like the HP from the monster, the correct amount of HP, and if it's dead, it says says in the chat, "I am slain," and that sort of thing. So it like does the thing automatically for you. But that's like a mod plugin, of course, that it's not completed yet. So, but yeah.
Are you gonna try and choose avatar or a thingy now?
Yeah. We can do that. I can remove the water again. Provide some more color for the map.
Oh, BRB a minute.
So, you are an elf.
Yep.
Let's look at the elf ones that you can have.
Like the most weird looking one.
That is very individual, I think. So what I'm going to do is provide you with all the elf tokens, and you can click and choose the one that you want.
I don't see them in game. I see them on stream.
They have to.
Oh yeah, fuck! I forgot about that. Of course, you can't see them in game because you don't have a like a token.
Ah, true.
Are you guys starting off in the storm? They're starting off on the sea.
Maybe becoming a storm. Who knows?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, I see them now. Thanks.
Yeah, of course, you have shared vision, so.
Yeah, we only need one. Yeah.
I'm playing as an elf ranger. Let's see.
Nice.
Oh, maybe I should pick a kid.
Oh,
Yeah. Spellcasters. Boom. And boom. That's the elves that are present currently.
Then the commoner one.
This one?
Yep.
Yep. And what is the name of your character again? Can you spell it out to me?
It's I'm a MacGyver.
How do you say it?
E? Also E-I-M.
E. Yeah.
M-A-C.
M-A-C.
Yes. A-Y.
Why?
I.
Si det på norsk.
AYIVER.
AYIVER.
Stemmer.
I'm MacGyver. Okay. He's MacGyver, apparently. Just guessing from the background color that you had.
Yeah, he's gonna invent a duct tape and gonna fix everything with duct tape, even
Yeah.
bombs and everything.
Yeah.
So this
and
is...
I look like the profile on my character sheet.
And I can show you, I guess, the profile of his character sheet. Let's see here.
Please do.
Wait. Oh, yeah, that was the question marks. Holy fuck. This is his character. Can I do anything here? What are you using for the character tokens? It's something called Talespire, Fantasy Lover, and thank you so much for the follow, by the way, earlier. It's something called Talespire. It's a program that is available on Steam. This is how he looks. Have you photoshopped away the mustache?
It's MS Paint.
Yes.
Holy shit.
If I find a way to give myself a mustache, I'll add it back on again.
So he is basically a tinkerer of objects that is called I'm MacGyver. Fall.
His dream is to invent mustaches for elves.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll have the second one.
Let's see. So that's your character. We'll place you over here for now. Don't think there's anything more that I need to do to you except for give you the unique status, and I can show the stream in a bigger sense. So this is how it looks, sort of.
Oh, so huge.
Just glue a squirrel tail in your face, problem solved.
That's a nice solution.
Yeah. This is... I'm MacGyver.
I'm MacGyver.
Holy
Hello?
smokes. After that, it's Crooked. You're a Osmari.
I don't think I have a token for that kind of race, so I think I have to go for a human.
Yeah, I would think so as well. And you're female, right?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Let's see here. This is you, right? This looks like you.
Nice.
Yeah. I have lots of apples. I bought them with all my money. I don't need gear. I'm gonna throw my apples at people.
Another commoner. That's kind of boring. Here we go, though. Maybe. Not too shabby.
Yeah, not too shabby, but I don't have a staff though.
I don't know if there is something.
The left one. The far left one.
Yeah, this one currently, yeah? Right?
No, like in your library thing, to the far left, there's a character with a shield and a sword that's hooded, so you can't see if it's a lady or a man.
We were thinking about this.
No, down one and
This one.
two, three left.
What? The way you're explaining.
Nederst til venstre.
Yeah, but that's a bandit.
No, but all the way to the left. You can scroll further to the left.
Oh, you were thinking about the guy with the beard.
And then one to the right. Shield and a sword.
Yeah.
The guard one.
I think that's a female like guard.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's actually is one of the best.
Okay, this one?
Yeah, because I'm going melee, so
Yeah.
I think I'm going for that one because I don't think the other ones fit the character that well.
Name? Oh, maybe you have written it here.
Yeah, I have written.
Tariel Kendall?
Call.
Yeah. Real Kendall.
There we go. I can show the Chatamaroos. This character looks up close.
Groovy.
Fish Tank Gaming. Thank you so much for
Hi,
following.
baby.
Yes.
Oh, I like the hair out the back of the helmet. Nice. Let's give you flying.
Yay! I can fly.
And as you can tell, you can show this, the both of you, if you want to. I can have sort of the camera on your tokens and put my hands away so that the chat can see that you can move your tokens on your own. So as you can tell, they are moving their own token around on the map as well. So that's not something that I do. It's them themselves doing that. It's magic.
Whoa.
Which is kind of nice because that gives you an extra sort of interaction thingy so that it feels more like a tabletop version. Okay. So, Futorius, you are an elf warrior.
Oh, yeah. Is there anything with like a two-handed sword?
Not within the elves.
I think that's kind of more important than it being an elf token. But yeah.
Fish Tank. This is a program called Talespire. It's available on Steam. Two-handed sword, you said.
Yeah.
Seems like the only guy that has a two-handed sword is naked.
Yeah, that's kind of.
Well, they have the Viking warrior standing with a great axe.
Yeah, but he got a beard. I can't have a beard.
Let's see if there's a humanoid. No. There's cat people.
That's cool.
Whoa.
Groovy.
Zesty Sam, thank you so much for follow. I appreciate it. Yes, Talespire. I can show you. There you go. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for a follow, Zesty.
Because the
Two-handed
ones I'm
sword.
leaning towards at the moment both got beards, so it would be weird.
200 swords. 200 swords.
Groovy.
If you go to humans again.
Humans, yeah. Oiv Elf, thank you so much for the follow as well. Thank you.
I can only see you while on the stream, but it's one between that wild shaman and the bandit ranger. Isn't that some sword wielding with golden armor?
No, he has a mace. Mace and a shield.
No, not that one. Further up with golden armor.
Oh, yeah, he's a shield and
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Could always, yeah.
Kind of look like your picture though.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Let's just go with him until further notice.
Yep.
I will make one ASAP when the Hero Forge is implemented. Anyway.
Langa Hamason.
That's correct.
No problemo, Fish Tank, and thank you so much for the follow. I really do appreciate it. And thank you as well, Kitsune, by the way, for shouting it out on Instagram. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'm trying to communicate with too much things at the same time. Futorius, make unique. I made your unique as well, right? You made
Yay!
yes. Now they're both unique. Now 3 characters have chosen their tokens. Nelich.
Yes, my dear.
Yes, my dear. You are a male dwarf.
Male dwarf wielding a shield, if possible.
There are 2 dwarves, or 3 actually.
Oh, I love the first one.
Not the second one.
I love
Ooh, the third one's
the
good
third
as
one,
well.
just for the fuck of it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the third one is great with a keg. Oh, that's awesome.
Where are you going, me mate? Eller hvor skal du?
The one that's wearing most armor, I guess.
Who the
keg
fuck is
one.
that though? Is that this one or this one?
I don't know. He wears some kind of chain armor.
This
The
one, yeah?
guy on the left, I think
Yeah.
is. I think maybe
He's
that
so
one,
cute.
yeah.
Yep.
And I'm also wearing a big backpack, so that's fitting.
Oh, nice. I like it. So, make unique. Boom. Player permissions. What is your name?
I only have a first name, Avron. Spelled the same way as the character from Final Fantasy
Oh,
X.
yeah, okay. So you're
With
wielding
the
your
big-
hand like in the coat, and the other hand, you have it like a 2-handed sword on your back instead.
Yes.
Okay.
Tariel Kendall tries to attack Langhammer-san. Yeah, sure. Now it is the man of the hour, the motherfucker, the idiot from the west.
A lot of adjectives.
You're also a male. No, you're a male.
Kalastad, yeah.
Yeah, so you would probably be some type of like human.
Yeah, I kind of look human, yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you want in your
Yeah.
hands?
What do you have? I have a warhammer in my hands and a shield.
Warhammer and
And
a
I wear a
shield.
chain mail.
But this looks like URL though. Doesn't that count for something?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah. Doesn't this look like Nerzhular?
Yeah, great brother. Oh, so true.
Too much facial hair. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Nerzhular.
I am offended.
Warhammer.
Yeah, that's
I should. I
human
guess I
knife,
should look kind of cleric-y, you know, like
but this
if there's some maybe religious attire or some, you know,
Half-elf.
looks
Cleric.
ritually.
Yeah, or let's see.
The cultist one in the middle, furthest down.
Oh yeah, sort of. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But
Which one?
this one,
This dude?
he's technically an
cleric.
elf though, but that doesn't like matter too
Yeah.
much.
half-elf.
That
My dude doesn't have any. My dude doesn't have any beard though.
Okay.
What? You're playing humanoid without beard? Oh!
Even I have beard. Right.
But okay, let's
What
see.
about
Cleric.
Humanoid without beard. Well, then I think you have to go with the shield and the mace thingy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
human
shield
knife.
and a mace.
Or flail. Maybe it's. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, flail. Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of right.
It sort of looks cleric-y, at least.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's what we did in the other campaign too. Just take tokens that represent at least the right thing you are, not necessarily how you look.
Yeah, I think the other dude is better then, but
What about the dude? No, it's in your library thing.
Okay.
I midten til venstre, nummer 2. Altså helt til venstre, nummer 2.
This guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sword,
Guess.
though. But yeah.
What's in the library? Just open it.
Yep.
It's hard to see.
Yeah, it's not a full screen of.
Yeah.
That makes it sort of difficult. I get that.
What about? Is this the humans?
Yeah, this is the humans. Yes.
What about half elves or elves? Are any looking?
I don't think there's half of the elves yet as its own thing. I think they're all in the elf section. There's not too many of them. They're all placed. All elves are placed on the board.
Oh. I guess the dude with the. I mean, the first dude you chose was kind of closest, I guess.
Yeah, this guy.
Faces. No, the guy with this guy.
This guy. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, this guy. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Make unique. By permission. Nerzhular.
Outfit looks so fucking random.
but like I said, keep in mind that there's a possibility that this will change because of the
Doesn't
integration.
matter too much.
Yeah. Just supposed to be a token that somewhat accurately represents what you are, at least. Not, like we said, not necessarily how you look. Remember, that's also a thing with the tokens that you guys meet. They don't necessarily look like their tokens. The NPCs that you meet are just the same race and that sort of stuff. Oh.
Yeah.
But what is your name?
I haven't really chosen a name yet.
That's a weird name. Haven't
Unknown.
chosen a name yet. There we go.
Oh, looking at some generated names.
We have Tariel, Kendall, Langa Hamason, McGave, Oron, and haven't chosen a name yet.
The thing is, what did you say again?
I'm
From my
McGave.
name? Okay.
That name I need like just to call you E or something for short.
The thing is,
Oh right, fuck! I shouldn't have placed so many tokens. I need to
you
kill them
aren't.
off one by
We
one.
aren't on a first name basis in game, so you have to use my last name.
Sorry, E, I can't hear you.
Then I won't respond to you, I guess.
Du må snakke på dvergisk.
Det kan jeg faktisk.
Oh, everyone has chosen to know the Dwarvish just because it's supposed to be Norwegian.
Though.
Of course.
I chose it before we talked about it, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to
me too.
eliminate some of the purpose then.
Yeah.
Because
I
if
would
everyone
chose
knows it, we don't need to translate it to the viewers. So
No, I chose it for the dwarf make stuff. So does
Yeah.
gnomes.
okay.
actually a dwarf myself, but I'm gonna change it now since
Yeah, okay.
everybody else has it.
Yeah, okay.
Because I had chosen it because of my background, but now I'm gonna choose to.
Can I keep my dwarvish since I'm a dwarf?
You are very much allowed to keep your dwarf.
Thank you.
Should I change it to that?
I speak common, draconic, dwarvish, and elvish.
Nice.
I speak common, elvish, gnomish, and giant.
Oof, giant.
Dwarvish.
Common, dwarvish, elvish, and gnomish.
I hope we get to level 2 because my character is dealing 0 damage at level 1, so almost.
Yeah. If that is where you're putting like the mark of where you want to get to, I think it's achievable.
Yeah,
Just saying.
thanks.
I hope so.
Yeah, I want to get to level 2. That shouldn't be like too difficult, hopefully.
I have a +3 to my darts and a +2 to my quarterstaff.
+2 to your quarterstaff? What? Wait, what? To hit?
Yeah.
That's his proficiency.
well, maybe-
after all.
yeah. Yeah, because I have 0+ to my strength, and quarterstaff uses strength to hit, doesn't it?
Don't you choose, or am I wrong?
Oh, maybe I
Yeah,
should-
it doesn't have finesse, maybe.
Oh, you can
That's
use
not
that. Ah, okay.
Well, I have the darts, though. Those are finesse. That's why I have +3. So I have +1 in dex, and so I have +3 to hit with darts, range weapon. 1d4 +1 damage. It's gonna be nice.
Heavy damage.
But I'm rocking
what is
18 armor class though, so that's nice.
That's true.
My
I'm
plan
trying
is to run around with a free hand and just cast spells, but I need to get to level 2 first. I'm gonna wear like a tinker with some beer in my hand and a shield in the other hand. I'm just gonna drink the tinker and put it down and then cast some spells.
Nice.
Makes sense. I like it. There you go. It's pleasing you. Boom. Nice.
I also
Okay.
sent some more items. I bought brewer's supplies so I can make myself some eel or beer.
Ale, you mean?
Eel. That's
Yeah, eel.
animal
That's
or
a
something.
that's a fish thingy.
Yeah, like an electrical eel.
Yeah.
One of my first infusions is gonna be alchemy jug, so I'm gonna make beer as well.
Oof.
We can have
Nice.
a contest.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You guys have a brewing contest and we have a drinking contest. Nice play.
Yay!
It fits. That's how you end up together.
Ah,
Basically, see the use of someone who is able to create ale because some other people in the party drink so much of it. That's why I end up.
I have to be level 2 first, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because you have to have the infusions, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Oy. Okay, so I think have I gotten a shopping list from everyone now?
I have 10 gold left.
No,
after
I don't have the shopping list from Crooked.
No, I've sent it.
Sent it on Messenger.
Yeah, there we go.
I spent
Nice.
150 gold pieces.
I spent
Game.
8 out of my 10. I only have 2 left.
Might
so-
add some few items later, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
I have rations though. 10 rations. Yay.
Nice.
So, okay. If I'm going through everything that we've done today, we have done everything that we sort of need to do now, right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So, Toilet has gone for an Artificer, a male Artificer high elf with the stat points of 11, 8, 14, 12, 17, and 15. And now, the stats that we rolled earlier, we can now see how he has placed into his character beyond. So he has chosen 8 in strength, 14 in dexterity, 16 constitution, 19 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 12 charisma. The reason why some of these numbers are higher, by the way, is because that you get certain points from choosing certain races and that sort of thing. And you can see that this affects him in the fashion so that he is quite good at determining magic items, like with Arcana. He is quite good at investigating stuff. He's quite good in nature. So he will be quite good with nature sort of stuff. And he's good in history. That's his most... Sit up straight, you motherfucker. That's his most proficient skills. So, and these things are going to affect, of course, every type of gameplay aspect, the stats that they rolled earlier. That's something that's also going to be more visible when we start session 1, which is going to be next week. Nej, men vad fan? So, next up, or also, you rolled so that you had 110 gold
Yep.
to spend. And the shopping list contained of a chain shirt, shield, thieves' tools, explorer's pack, ball bearings, and clothes.
Traveler
Yeah.
clothes.
And after that, we have Crokedcow's character, which was a warlock, a female Aasimar warlock that rolled the stats 17, 14, 15, 14, 15, and 10. Holy shit. We can see how that affects his character right now. Over
I
here.
haven't settled quite, but I think I have chosen where the stats gonna go.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah, keep that in mind, sort of, as we're reading this. 14 strength, 15 dexterity, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 19 charisma. Meaning that Crokedcow's character will be very good at deception, telling lies, that sort of thing. Will be very good at intimidating people.
Everything you mean.
Yeah. And also will be very, very good at persuading. So, like, in skills form, she will be very good in social encounters. Basically.
Yep. That's the kind of going.
Nice. And you rolled, or you had 115 gold to spend?
Yeah.
Yep. And the shopping list was scale mail, explorer's pack, battle axe, shield, crystal, clothes, travelers, and grappling hook. Right?
Yep.
Yep. Next up is Mr. Footfoot. Or Footfoot or Tutut, the train conductor.
True.
You are a fighter, a male wood elf. And you rolled 16, 14, 14, 16, 10, and 13. Elwood is saying
Jealous. I'm so jealous of those stats, man.
Elwood is saying foot. And this affected your character to be 18 strength, 15 dexterity, 16 constitution, 10 intelligence, 14 wisdom, and 13 charisma. So your character...
Sometimes are so smart.
So your character is good at athletics, climbing, that sort of thing. Is also quite good at insight, telling when or trying to tell someone's true intentions, basically. Also perception, which means stuff that relies on your eyesight, your hearing, that sort of thing. Like basic surrounding sort of things. And also survival, which is tracking and that sort of thing. Like tracking things in the wild. Isn't that survival? Yeah. Hunt wild game. Guide your group through frozen wastelands. That sort of jazz. And, whoops. Continuing on. You chose the starting gear. So you have like a specific gear that you start with. And you got 10 gold from your background, which you bought wood carver's tools, cook's utensils, flute, net, bedroll, clothes. Was it something else also that I haven't written down, maybe?
No, that's all I bought for the extra gold. And for my selected, I chose chainmail armor. I choose 2 martial weapons with a greatsword and a halberd. I chose hand crossbow with 10 bolts and a dungeoneer's pack.
Okay. Nice. So, now we got Nelich's character, which is a male dwarf fighter. Rolled 11, 13, 6, 12, 14, and 14.
Yes.
Which affected his character like so. 11 strength, 13 dexterity, 16 constitution, 16 intelligence, 12 wisdom, 6 charisma. You can see here that there's a -2. So keep in mind that, for example, here you can see sort of how it affects the game. If you remember Crokedcow stats in intimidation, for example, that character had +6 in intimidation. Because of the low stats in charisma, Nelich's character has -2. Meaning that whenever he rolls a 20-sided dice to try to intimidate someone, he actually takes away 2 from that final result. So let's say that he rolls a 18, it becomes a 16. He rolls a 1, it becomes a -1. That sort of thing.
The cool thing is that his charisma score fits dwarfs because he's not a charming personality.
Oh my god, trigger.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Let's have a contest of drinking.
But he is, however, good in magic stuff. Like in Arcana is magic, measures ability to recall lore about spells, magic items, that sort of thing. Good at history, which basically talks for itself what it means. And that's the two highest stats that you have, actually.
Yeah, my
Arcana and history.
Character is alright. It's alright. Not the best. Not the best, but could be worse. No, it could be worse. In fact,
It could be worse.
No,
you
no,
have
no.
the 12, 12, 12, 12, 10, 10, or what it was.
Yeah,
It would be
yeah.
worse.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and you are proficient though in insight, which is again telling someone's true intentions, and perception, which is eyesight, hearing, that sort of thing. So yeah, that is your stats.
I'm not going talking about all the tools I can use. I have so many tools.
That's something that we'll go over once we start the game.
Yeah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You also got 170 gold to use, which is
good.
spent on chainmail, shield, explorer's pack, wand, quarterstaff, and darts. 100 darts, to be precise.
Yeah. I also sent you a little bit more. I bought brewer supplies and some tools to make maps and stuff.
Okay, yeah, I'll write that down after this is over.
Yeah, my character is almost carrying his max, like 2 pounds away from his maximum.
Oh, holy shit!
Even after you buffed
Even
your
after,
strength?
yes.
Whoa.
I'm carrying,
Good thing you buffed your strength.
I'm carrying 163 pounds
Whoa.
of gear.
The chainmail is heavy though,
Yeah, it's heavy.
and the darts as well.
Yeah, 100 of them.
Yeah, but I only carry 80.
Are you
It's
cheating?
No.
the last character is Nerzhular's character, who is a Talespire male cleric who bears no name at the moment. Nerzhular rolled 10, 10, 9, 14, 14, and a 13.
Yeah, that's right.
Which affected his
Yeah,
character like so. 14 strength, 10 dexterity, 14 constitution, 10 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and -1 charisma. So you also have -1 charisma with 9 in charisma. So you have most stats in insight again. So telling someone's true intentions, medicine, which helps like determining, trying to stabilize. Yeah, that's what it says here. But it's basically also that trying to stabilize like someone from dying, so making sure that they don't bleed to death, that sort of thing. But also medicine can determine what happened to someone. You can also use like medicine checks for that sort of thing. Also try to determine what the fuck happened to someone. Let's say they've been inflicted with something. And perception are the 3 highest stats that you have. Perception again, eyesight, hearing, that sort of thing. Perceiving things, basically. Yeah. And you had 165 gold. And you used it on chain shirt, clothes, travelers, holy symbol, shield, warhammer, and an explorer's pack. Yours?
Yes.
Yep.
How do you get 14 hit points?
Yeah, 40.
How do you get to
I don't
14? How the cleric start at D8?
It's calculating itself, so I don't know why it's 14.
Well, you need to know your character.
It's probably a D12 plus a 2 then.
No,
right.
cleric is not D12. Barbarian is the only one that gets a D12.
Yeah. It's
I'll
D10.
check
Maybe it's
in,
You should be at 10.
Yeah, sort of.
maybe the race gives you something.
No, it
I
doesn't.
don't think that race
no,
gives
it should be.
HP.
Should be 10,
but
yeah.
if you click on the HP, what does it say?
Total. It says rolled HP for some reason.
But you're
I
level
don't know
1.
why. I haven't rolled HP.
You're always starting with max rolled on level 1.
Yeah. You have so you have 8 plus con
It's
modifier, which is 2. So
yeah,
you
it's
should be at
bugged,
10.
I think. So I don't.
Yep.
I can see if I can reset it.
That was weird. I just 14 was super high, like for level
Yeah,
1
that was-
cleric. But
yeah.
Would be
How
very
do I
hard.
reset it though?
Yeah, +6 in con.
It's in the
Set
ability
it.
section. And then you choose manual, and then you...
Oh shit.
But it's have to set it to roll and then 8. Yep.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Okay, so I can read the tiny sort of stuff that is listed about the campaign now. This is something that we'll also, of course, go more into whenever the campaign starts. And as the campaign goes on, of course, you'll learn more about the world and that sort of thing. It's like a book, basically, so that you won't learn everything straight away, of course. It's something that will go with the story. But this campaign takes place in the year 1543 AD. I still can't remember what AD stands for, but it's the terminology that they use, basically. Think.
Something.
Yeah, something. We follow the footsteps of 5 adventurers that you see next to me. After death. Yeah, after death. In all different sizes and races. The Forgotten Realms, which is usually, it's like the common place where a lot of Dungeons and Dragons adventures take place. It's basically the most common realm, I would say, in Dungeons and Dragons is for the Forgotten Realms. Has long moved on from the Invisible War of 1503. That's the first campaign. But aftermaths of the war is still felt throughout the realm. 40 years of tension between the common folk and their leader are about to erupt. The common folk are strong believers that their current leaders can't be trusted. Someone knew about this war without telling the people of the cities about it. Others did not know about it at all, leaving the common folk of those cities to believe they have clueless leaders. The tension hasn't amounted to anything but talk, not so far at least. But almost 40 years of tension is starting to take its toll. The heroic deeds of the 7, which was the name of the first group in the first campaign, they themselves, the players, named the group the 7. They actually got to 7 also in total, but they weren't 7 when they chose the name.
Oh yeah.
6.
It made no sense.
Got to 8.
It makes totally sense, please.
Oh yeah, you fucking got to 8.
Yeah,
In the
and
end.
8.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever.
Because we was 5, then Nelich joined the game. We became 6. And
Yeah.
then my character died.
Mm-hmm.
And Feddy left the party, and then TP got a new character. So
Yeah, so you were 8 in total. Okay. So, yeah, the heroic deeds of the 7 is to never be forgotten. Therefore, they celebrate their deeds every 10 years in Neverwinter. Neverwinter is basically a big city in the Forgotten Realms. It's even made games about, like, the Knights of Neverwinter, called Neverwinter Knights. Neverwinter was chosen because it turned out that the 7 worked quite closely with Neverwinter to overcome this great evil. Whatever adventures await this new party of 5 is something that only time can tell. That is what it says in the very short thing. And for the people that are sort of known to Dungeons and Dragons, this is campaign 2 of Dungeons and Dragons, set 40 years after the ending of campaign 1. General ruling and other information. Blood magic was a huge part of campaign 1. It was something that was homebrewed, but it was basically a cursed type of blood thingamajig that enhanced powers of humanoid beings, not necessarily humanoid beings either, of every type of being, I would say. But it came with a great toll of you not necessarily dying a peaceful death, to say the least. You basically turned into a tree after some time. Standard rules apply. You use spells and rulings from the player's handbook, Sanitar's Guide to Everything, and Kasha's Cauldron of Everything. If there is a spell or something you would like to use from another official book, ask the dungeon master about that specific spell, because there's just way too many spells to go through for me to go through them all and be like, oh yeah, this doesn't work, this works, this doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. So it's better if you come to me if there's one type of spell that you want to be using, and then we can look at the spell. We use encumbrance. A lot of standard rules are explained on the Discord channel under regler, that's more for the players, in the rules and updates section. We use the same ammunition rulings from campaign 1, meaning you'll be able to pick up every other arrow or other ammunition you fire. And you always lose a minimum of 1. So if you only fire 1 arrow, that arrow is gone. Which was present in the first campaign as well. Currency is more streamlined. They're more in line with the player's handbook values in campaign 2. That was something that was also not present in the first campaign. Magic item shops are almost not present in this campaign, meaning most magic items will be found throughout the wild and as rewards from quests. This time around, this campaign is more focused on shorter stories than always a big story in the background. It's more about your adventures as a group and less about a huge evil that needs 50 sessions of prep to take down. Make sense? We will be using the same ruling system for finding unknown wildlife in this campaign. It's not something that someone is going to be using at this current time and moment, but it's a rule that I want there so that people know what to expect if they go into like sort of druid things. Like the exploring for wildlife to find wild shapes. The same ruling system still applies that we used in the previous campaign. And it also says that there's more information to come. There will be more information later on the road as we flesh out everything over the next like few sessions. So yeah, I think that's sort of it, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think so.
yeah.
Have
The
you?
only bad thing is that we have to wait a week.
Well, it's late already.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I think
10 already.
Yeah, it is 10 now. And I think that's going to be a thing for the stream as well. That usually we will try to end around like 10 p.m. But there are, of course, if there's a like not a logical place to stop like at all or something like that, we'll try to go on for a bit longer. And if there's nothing stopping us, let's say there's no work, blah, 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 for anyone the day after, people are just like, yeah, I want to play more. We'll probably play more. But it's usually going to be 6:30 to 10 p.m. I sort of want to try to get it to 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. instead. Not 6:30 to 10. So I'm going to try to, over the next week, make sure that that sort of happens. Unless they, like, flip my work schedule around again all of a sudden. If that's possible for other people as well. To start half an hour earlier.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 6,
I can start 3 hours earlier too.
That I cannot do.
let's play the whole day tomorrow.
Yeah. I actually have I don't have anything to do tomorrow, so
I can't tomorrow.
Ah.
I work tomorrow as well, so
Yeah.
I'm getting a vaccine tomorrow.
yeah, I was just kidding anyways. I think it's better if we try to keep it to once a week now, since we also have streaming elements into the equation as well.
I'm not going to take those impulse 12 hours sessions at Sundays.
Try not to.
Or the ones that went into 5 in the morning.
yeah, there were a couple of those as well. Is there anything else that you guys feel like we should talk more about or mention in some way, shape, or form to potential people watching?
Well, maybe one, but it's a stupid one. Maybe we can like make a petition to wizards and make it legal so elves can have mustaches.
Yeah, I fucking know where this is going already. By the way, one of the things that I want to do as viewer interactions as well, which is going to become a point, or going to become a thing at some point. Let's say that we've had 4 sessions under our belt, and every single session, one of the players, for the sake of it, let's say that Toilet Paper has rolled 2 or 1, which is usually a very bad thing to roll on the dice. Or not necessarily a bad thing, but that means that you will have a low total result on something. Let's say that he does that twice per session ever since we started. I might have a viewer interaction where we'll have something going on throughout the entire stream with predictions. Like, let's say that one of the predictions are, do you think that Toilet Paper will roll 1 twice this session as well? And you'll get a lot of like points, channel points basically, if you get it right. Which means that those channels points, if you gamble them and you win, you can then in turn use them again to impose advantage or disadvantage on rolls and that sort of thing. So
that's scary.
Yeah, a bit of gambling, a bit of fun gambling, I think would be fun with artificial currency. And it's like a...
That would be funny because Nerzhular always rolls a 1.
Hey.
True.
Easy points.
So remember, give your advantages to Nerzhular.
Yeah, you should use your points on me then to help me.
He needs
You know what? I thought about this. The fucked up thing too is that, let's say that someone wants you. I feel so powerful already. Let's say that someone wants you to roll those 2 1s. They can continuously impose disadvantage on you just because they want you to roll those 1s.
No.
Or let's say that I flip it around. Do you think that this person will roll 2 20s this session? Then they might impose advantage on you over and over because they want you to roll 20s. So, but I think that's like a fun viewer interaction that doesn't take too much out of the game, I feel. Just like a fun way for viewers to potentially interact with what's happening, since they aren't able to interact as much with us as they normally would be in like a normal setting. Because like I said, this will be... I know that the people that are used to watching my stream are used to communicating with me whenever they feel like. Because I always talk to the chat whenever I'm streaming. I remember Nerzhular even complained to me at one point because he said that I responded to messages so quickly that he could never mod messages before I responded to them.
He's just too slow.
Yeah, or that. So it's going to be very different, of course, with Dungeons and Dragons because I don't have the opportunity to communicate with them the entire time. So it's someone... If someone says hello in chat, the only thing that I can sort of do in return is just wave to the camera and it's like, hello. And I need to continue with what we're doing. I'll sit on my hands. No, I want people to talk and I want people to like react, quote unquote, to what is happening within the campaign and talk with one another and that sort of thing. Just that I won't be able to necessarily interact with you as much. I still want you people in chat to still interact with one another. You can still talk to us, to me and blah, 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 but don't expect an answer while we're in session. What I'm talking about.
And we're probably going to take some short breaks anyway. Too.
Yeah.
So
I think that's something that is also going to be more important because of the fact that there are potential people watching. Now it's not only us anymore sitting here playing. Now I need to actually think about people. Give me some help, please. I rolled so bad. Oh, you're a sub, Nelich. I didn't know. To the fine gentleman, thank you for doing this. The format is awesome, and you're a very entertaining bunch. I can't believe I met Futorius. That's
I want to meet you too, Elwood. You sound like such a great guy. I'm
hoping also when we're playing when we're like in session, we're sort of immersed into our characters as well. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to try to do voices for certain characters. I've already decided. Holy shit, Nelich! Thank you for resubscribing for 13 months. Thank you, Nelich. You can respond to me, you fuckhead. But yeah. What was I supposed to say? What was I talking about? I thought fella.
Did he vips you too? Stat booster plus
yeah, of
3.
course it did. Yeah, by the way, I haven't talked about this, but this campaign is very pay to win. So if they pay me a lot of money,
we are implementing microtransactions.
yeah,
You're like 1 away from a reroll.
yeah, 1 away. If you rolled 69, you would be able to reroll.
Nice.
But there was something else that I was supposed to talk about too. I can remember. Oh yeah. When we're playing, we're of course immersed in our characters as well, which makes it so the bouncing back and forth between us should be more fun, because it should be possible for you. If we do it correctly, it should be possible for you to hopefully feel like it's the character talking, not the person behind the character, but it's the character talking. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do voices for certain characters or blah blah blah. But I think I'm leaning more towards no, just because of the fact that I need sort of my voice to stay intact. Because I thought, oh yeah, half-orc, that could be like sort of voice when you're talking to them. And then I thought immediately, okay, this hurts in my throat. And I'm supposed to, let's say they are staying like at an orc camp for the next 4 hours. And it's every person that they talk to is like, I don't care about you. Being like that all the time.
And we would be very, very good at say, can you repeat that?
Yeah,
Can you do it
again?
Okay.
I'm leaning into trying out the voice changer again, because we had a voice changer that I used not frequently in the first campaign, but that was because I used it very wrong, I think, because whenever let's say I was a dragon, I didn't talk in my normal voice. I also did the voice with voice changer. So it became even lower in register. So you couldn't hear what I was saying in within the voice changer from time to time. But I'm sort of leaning towards that, but just because I think personally that it's cool if you meet something that's like gigantic and it sounds gigantic when you talk to it as well. It's not like me being like, hello!
It was really cool when we met and talked to the dragon and you went all like epic voice on us. That was
yeah, with the voice changer. So I am open to trying to use that again, and that will be something, of course, that the stream will be hearing as well then. So it will be both you and the stream hearing the voice in a changed manner. Just that I need to think about the fact that, oh yeah, I have a voice changer, so I don't need to talk like because it already sounds like that. So, but yes, I think that's sort of it when it comes to all the types of information. I don't think there's too much that we've forgotten. It's like I said, this session is the most boring session for the viewer, just because it's rolling for stats, it's discussing characters, blah blah blah. The next time we play now, it's straight into the story. We're beginning with an intro, which is the only like scripted thing that you have. Usually in a Dungeons & Dragons setting, the intro is kind of scripted, just because it's supposed to present something, like where you are, how the world is, introduce all the characters, that sort of stuff. But after that, it's all driven by both me and the players. Driven by me, with that I like sort of paint part of the picture and they paint the rest of it, basically, is what I would say. So it's sort of like a cooperation in between me and all the players to try to create a journey that's fun for everyone. You'll be noticing that they will be playing the characters that they've made throughout this session, and I will be playing every single other character that they meet in the entire campaign. So you will be seeing me as someone that may be mad and blah blah blah, and someone that's calm, someone that doesn't necessarily talk at all, someone that's stupid, someone that's smart, blah blah blah. That's just how D&D works. And I am trying to incorporate quirky NPCs in this campaign as well, because they seem to be in good taste for the party in the previous campaign. They met some characters with the fetishes and that sort of thing. That was kind of fun for the party to meet. So
Yeah.
so we're trying to incorporate quirky characters into the other campaign as well, or into this campaign. And like I also have been saying, this is how the game will look for you now. You'll see Talespire underneath some of us, and we'll be on every side, sort of. So you'll always see all of us on webcam, and you'll see Talespire at the same time. So this is how the overlay will look, at least for now. Just because I haven't had the energy to do too much more with it. Because it's like a good Dungeons and Dragons overlay takes a bit of time put together. Oh, yes. Is there anything else that you guys would like to say?
Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching, and stay tuned next week when this guy is gonna make some goblins pay. I don't know what it is you're gonna eat, but
I just want to say thanks for essential stream as always, Press, and take care, bros.
using that fake sensual voice of yours.
Okay.
But seriously, I need help next session because I have no.
For people to take you seriously, you need to be closer to the microphone. You're not far away from the microphone now, but you need to be like so that it's booming, and you need to be very close to the camera when you're saying that you need help.
Please help me. I don't know. Take it away, Nerzhular.
What? No, there's no wise words.
There never is from this guy.
They are reserved for co-op sessions. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I like where this is going. Crooked, do you have anything that you want to say, or?
No. Well, I hope we see you guys later next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, Ronis.
Stay tuned.
Next
Indeed.
time.
And I need to ask, this is something that's probably not going to give me the answer that I want.
Okay.
But I'm asking the players this. Are you excited?
Yeah!
Woo!
Way too much.
Yeah, so planned session now is next week. That means next Wednesday, 6:30 GMT +1 is when we'll start this campaign and make sure that everything is on the way to roll, and we'll start episode 1. So you'll be able to see the characters that we've just made in action. Hopefully, unless someone dies like straight away from like a bad cough or something.
We might fall off the boat if we're gonna drink a lot of beer.
Oh shit! I'm wearing heavy armor, so I will like sink like yeah. That was very good, very fast.
So, like I said, yes, 6:30 Wednesday. That is a week from now. If you haven't already, and you enjoyed what you saw, please consider leaving a follow on the stream. Also, check out the links that are linked in the chat right now. And they're also linked below the stream in the info section. There's a link to a Discord server where I've dedicated one of the... What are those called? I don't know. One of the tag sort of thingies. I don't fucking know, dude. To Dungeons and Dragons. So there we can discuss Dungeons and Dragons every episode. If you feel like there's something cool, something that you have a question about, or blah blah blah, or something lame. Chats, I guess. Yeah, chats is a good way to word it. I have
Chat groups.
yeah, chat groups. Some what the fuck? Who knows? I have one dedicated towards Dungeons and Dragons where we can talk about all things Dungeons and Dragons. So yeah, hopefully we'll see some of you here again next week. Until that time, you know what to do. Stay awesome. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself and each other. And remember, as always, I will mute you by